Good evening. The Bearcast is back with you live here at the Little Rose Bowl. It's a beautiful night for football, a little breeze, little clouds. I don't think we're going to see any of that heat lightning that the officials didn't really care about in the first game here the first week. Voice of the Bears, Jason Miller, alongside championship quarterback John Hirschman from 1989's team, and sideline, his good friend and compadre, companion from back in his playing days and social circles, Barney Sexton joins us this week on the sidelines. Camanche is in town. Now this team here may have a record that's similar to West Branch, but I tell you what, they got there in a very different way. First week of the season, they had to play a game until 11 p.m. because they had 3 rain delays at Tipton. Last week, 42-35 the final score, John. Their quarterback, Charlie Sager, 433 yards passing, and I know you watched him on film. You like what you saw?
I did. I watched that film, and Charlie Sager sounds like a game show host, but this kid's a good quarterback. Yeah, he can really sling it. He can throw the ball quite a ways, and he gets rid of it quick. Key for West Branch is going to be to put pass pressure on him. He's not real mobile, so if we can get to him, I think that'll stymie their offense. And
Barney, real quick, you'll have the sideline view that you didn't have last week. You're up in the booth with me, but the idea for you can just kind of piggyback on Hirsch or whatever you want. When you see a kid that throws for 430, you got to get him quickly to scare him, maybe give him a little bit of happy feet in the backfield, and hopefully that just lasts for the rest of the game.
Yeah, no doubt. That's typically 430 yards is typically a season for a lot of West Branch quarterbacks,
yeah.
Minus our co-host here, John Hirschman, of course. But, yeah, obviously that's going to be the key for the Bears. Got to get Cooper going early and bring pressure from Lincoln on the other side.
Well, we'll be back with you fully live up until kickoff here in about 10 minutes. We're going to take a break right now. You'll be able to watch and listen interviews from Coach Matt Hughes and senior Mike Montgomery. Just a little thing to add on to what Mike says here about his recruitment stuff. He talks about a certain school. Well, yesterday afternoon, he committed for a full scholarship to Ohio University to play football. We'll be back with you in about 10 here on the Bearcast, WestBranch.Football. Week 3 of the football season is already upon us. Unbelievable. You think about all the preparation that you have from before the season, then it all starts with real practice, official practice in August. And now we're already 25% done with the regular season. Week 3 brings a different challenge. Camanche comes in for the last game of the non-district schedule, coming off a night where they threw the ball all over the yard and all over their neighbor's yard. So they've got week 3 of the football season is already upon us. Unbelievable. You think about all the preparation that you have from before the season, then it all starts with real practice, official practice in August. And now we're already 25% done with the regular season. Week 3 brings a different challenge. Camanche comes in for the last game of the non-district schedule, coming off a night where they threw the ball all over the yard and all over their neighbor's yard. So they've got an offense that can put up some numbers quick. West Branch saw something like that last week in Regina, so they're a little battle tested. But this is going to be a different beast. 430 yards passing last week.
Yeah, they do. They throw the ball well, and they throw the ball a lot. And so our defensive secondary and linebackers are going to have to be very strategic in their drops. They're going to have to be intentional. They've done a great job all week. So I'm excited about the challenge. It's going to be a different challenge than playing Regina with Savion Miller and what they brought to the table, but this is a totally different challenge, and it's good for us to see. So we'll come ready to play.
What have you seen from, like I just mentioned, 25% of the regular season's over, moving from week 1 to week 2 usually see the most improvement. Maybe now it's week 2 to week 3 see the best improvement to get not plateaued, but moving forward as they continue to move for the rest of the season?
If I base that off of practice, I'd say absolutely. These guys, they had a choice to make after last week. They fought hard. They didn't quit. They just had a lot of mistakes last week. We had a lot of mistakes, not they, we did. Coaches, players, all alike. We made a lot of mistakes. We learned from it. And I told them after that game, you have a choice. Some teams will take a loss like that and they'll go kind of into the gutter, and others have an opportunity to come back and fight. And these guys came out on Monday and they're fighters. So I couldn't be more proud of who they are, what they represent. They had the best week of practice that we've had since summer. So I'm excited to get on the field tomorrow night.
I can tell you from my perspective, I've got Snapchats and texts throughout the week from different guys on the team saying how they're really excited just to get back to this field, to have another chance at it, to hopefully get another chunk in the victory column.
Well, this place is special. Obviously, we know that. And what I will tell you, this week we had to focus on two things. We had to focus on 11 guys giving effort on the field every play, and tackling. So if we can come out tomorrow and give effort and wrap up and tackle well, I think we'll be happy at the end of the night.
Well, not just for the game tonight against Camanche, but before the game, if you haven't seen it yet or you weren't here, kind of check in with it. There's going to be your first experience. You'll have it with 115 future Bears running right down this sideline as the youth football teams are introduced here. They're the next generation of this football program for Coach Hughes and his staff. Hopefully, we're talking after the game tomorrow night, hopefully with a victory and hopefully with great effort. As you heard him say, it's been a great week of practice. Hope it's on the field tomorrow night. We'll have a live for you in just a few minutes on the Bearcast. WestBranch.Football. This week's prep profile, Mike Montgomery. Some guys call him Big Mike. I don't know why, but let's get right into it. When you search Mike Montgomery, West Branch, Iowa on Google, a lot of things pop up, mostly football, basketball, sporting things. But one thing popped up that caught me off guard was evidently at one point in your life, you were a world-ranked Phantom Forces player. That's what I hear.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, and there's a crane over here, Matt. He's not going to flip it around, but over there, is that crane give you flashbacks to playing that game?
Sure, yeah. I didn't even know I was ranked, but sure.
You weren't, but this is
Yeah.
just something that Lincoln Neighbors said.
Oh, yeah.
That's something that
Okay.
you guys used to do a lot.
Oh, yeah. We used to go to the library, clear down there, right across the Rose Bowl, and we'd play some Roblox on there. And there's this Call of Duty game called Phantom Forces, and all of us would just play it, and yeah.
So you would do that on Wednesdays after you got off school early?
Yeah.
You'd sit over there and
Early
get in trouble at
Wednesdays.
the library.
Yep.
Early Wednesdays.
The library was a spot.
So while you were at the library, did you do your ear trick?
Oh,
The
yeah.
ear trick. So let's.
Should I show
You got to
them?
show this for the people at home. I've heard about this ear thing.
Tuck it in just
Tuck-
like that. Keep them warm.
Yeah, that's
Some
what I was thinking. And if you want to scare off anybody, would-be tacklers or somebody in front of you, blockers, look at this fella.
Girls look at me different.
They do. Yours is different. Well, speaking of different, last week didn't go as the Bears would hope. Got a win first week. Last week played a very solid opponent in Regina. Didn't go the way you hoped, but you got something you can take from that as you build toward Camanche tonight here at the Little Rose Bowl.
Offensive line and defensive line wise, we did a better job of just staying low off the snap, but we got to be better than that still, because Ronnie is kind of a picky guy, so yeah, staying low off the ball.
Low man wins.
Low man wins.
How many times have you heard that throughout your lifetime as an offense?
Can't even
defense?
count.
And it's
Almost
true.
every day.
Well, also you've been doing a little bit of traveling on the weekends.
Yeah.
Kind of give the folks ideas. You are a senior. Yes, it is September. Sorry, it's going to be October. But recruiting never really stops. It's a 24/7 game, business, whatever. But you've had the opportunity to see some schools and maybe get some interest. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, over the summer I visited UNI a couple times. UNI gave me an offer. Just recently went to Ohio. They gave me an offer. I also picked up Sioux Falls and Upper Iowa over the track season.
Now Sioux Falls, that would be interesting. You kind of know a guy that's there.
Yeah.
Andy Henson, former Bear, great linebacker and running back, plays at Sioux Falls. And even with an injury to his shoulder, that kid is just in on every play. If you have a chance to watch him on the internet, you can watch their live feed for free. Check it out. But tonight, Camanche is a team that last week threw for 433 yards. Their quarterback threw for the most yards of any quarterback yet this year. So that's going to be a different kind of a challenge than what you saw last week from a Savion Miller and all those guys running for the football a lot. They
Big
like to
talent.
throw it all over the year,
Yeah.
all over the yard.
Yeah, it's gonna be the guys up front. We got to get a pass rush and shut out that quarterback.
All right. What are you most excited about from right now to the end of the season? What excites you about being a senior football player and captain?
It's the last trip with my boys. Yeah, it hasn't hit me yet, but I know it's gonna be emotional at the end, and don't know. I'm excited, but also not at the same time.
Well, it's been exciting to watch you. This is your 4th year of varsity. Like that left-handed handshake? That's how it's done. It's your 4th year of being a varsity football player. It's been exciting on the ride, but it's a long ride yet to go. This is just 1 week of a long season, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right.
Go Bears.
That's par for the course. You did all right. Welcome back to the Little Rose Bowl. Wonderful interviews there. Congratulations to Mike Montgomery on earning a football scholarship at a small school, John. You look through the years, not many kids are getting, well, they're getting scholarships, but not many of them are getting high-level Division I scholarships. You had the opportunity to coach this kid, Barney, you as well, in junior high. So what are just some things you've seen from him real quick before we hear the anthem?
Yeah, I mean, good for Mike. Congratulations. And, yeah, I had him as a freshman playing on the offensive line. And if you can do that on the varsity level as a freshman, you got to be something. So,
yeah,
good for him.
With us down at the junior high, it was always like just convincing Mike that he should be unstoppable. And once he kind of got that figured out, he became a weapon on both sides of the ball at a pretty early age.
It's nice to have those guys on your football team. Well, we're going to kind of step aside here for a little pregame routine from the band and as well our national anthem.
Please rise, remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem by the West Branch High School band, directed by Jamie Flanagan.
Happy Friday and welcome in. Buckle up. Football is in the air. Well, in about 5 minutes and 20 seconds here at Oliphant Street, which was rededicated the Little Rose Bowl in 1949 and then renamed Butch Peterson Field 6 years ago. Being that it's throwback night here in West Branch, the team is wearing on one side of the helmet a green WB as well as a purple Polar Bears sticker. We'll get more into that as the night wears on, as the Bears are taking the field right now. Jason Miller joined by John Hirschman tied on my side, and on the sidelines, Coach Randy Sexton. Just to let you know, on the Bearcast, the live cast, you're going to have the picture, no problem. Having a little difficulty connecting with the clock, so we're going to do our best to update you with the time throughout the night. be sure that we'll try to do our best to make sure you know where we stand each quarter and where we are amongst the time of the game. Camanche comes to town, 1-1 on the short season. Our opening week win against Tipton, 17-6, which went long into the night because of 3 different weather delays. The sprinklers came on as they were shaking hands because they're on a timer at 11 p.m. automatically and they can't turn them off. That's always fun to deal with those delays. Last week, a very low-scoring football game, a loss to West Branch future opponent Bellevue, district opponent, last game of the season, 42-35. Quarterback Charlie Sager, as John will talk to you here in a second, it sounds like a game show name, threw for 433 yards, 23 of 37, 5 touchdowns, 433 passing yards, which, by the way, through 2 weeks is the number 1 individual amount of passing yards of any player in the entire state of Iowa, 8-man or 11-man football. So let's get into it here real quick, John. You talked about it a little earlier about what you saw on film from this team. Give us a little quick synopsis of Camanche, the Storm.
Yeah, what they showed on film is, just like you mentioned, a really good passing game. The quarterback's got a really good arm, pretty good size. He's not real mobile, so that's why I think if we can get some pass rush on him, it'll help quite a bit. But they'll throw a lot of formations at us, all spread-related things. They'll spread the field out and run a lot of routes at us. So it'll challenge us. It'll challenge our secondary if we can't get there with the pass rush. But I really think our pass rush is going to get there.
Well, we saw the coin toss, and I believe West Branch won the toss, and it chose to receive Coach Sexton, which means they won't have to see that vaunted pass game right away. But what are we going to see from the weather tonight and the field conditions?
Well, weather-wise, I think we're going to be all right. Hopefully that rain holds off. I'll tell you, there's not a nicer field in the state of Iowa. The field is in perfect condition. I was kind of walking around on it just to see it. It's not greasy at all. Grass is good and solid. Should be a great game, a great field for a great game.
75 to 80 degrees tonight. Nice breeze down there for you and everybody on the field out of the south, around 10 mile an hour. I can tell you West Branch kicker Reese Ginrich in pregame attempted 4 field goals from 50 yards out. He was 3 for 4, was kicking off from just inside the 50. His kickoffs were going about 65 to 70 yards. Well, obviously he has a strong leg. As Coach Sexton's mentioned before, is one of the best kickers we've seen at the junior high level. He had him. But tonight's wind and with his strong leg, might play a factor. Right now they're announcing West Branch's starting lineup. We'll give you a quick synopsis of what we got there. From left to right from right to left as you're seeing, but it'll be left to right starting lineup at the offensive line. 69 Lincoln Neighbor, right tackle. Right guard is Mike Montgomery. Shea Kinzinger at center. Finn McCullough at right guard, and at right tackle, Bodie Moorhead. Then your skill position players, Connor Capper, Nolan Staker, Keaton Gates, and Cooper Gates. And your quarterback tonight, number 5, Brennan Dale. So the Bears are going to come out on offense, John. And wondering if they're going to try to, last week, played against a very good Regina team. Had a fairly balanced offense. But I think tonight, I don't know if you've had the opportunity to speak with Coach Tylee or anyone before this, but I think that run might be something to reestablish here from that strong performance in week 1.
Yeah, it was a good team they played last week, and as a coach, you always have to kind of balance not throwing everything out and scrapping things when you play a good team. Sometimes things just don't work. But I do know Coach Tylee well enough to know that one thing they do want to establish is a little more diversity, maybe some different ball carriers, and also get that passing game going. They built on it a little bit last week, but they still need to find some ways to get balls out to guys like Brandon Peterson that are so fast. Just get them the ball out in space and utilize them a little bit.
Yeah, and Coach Sexton can add on to that as well. You mentioned Brandon Peterson. This is, honestly, the fastest kid in the state of Iowa at this level. He ran a 10.7 100-meter dash, won the 200-meter state title, which is West Branch's first individual state title in 13 years of any sport. But when you've got athletes like that, Coach Sexton, not just Keaton Gates running the ball so far for 370 yards, his brother doing things here and there in Capper, but number 8 and number 33 back there, Nolan Staker as well, tried to get all over the field, so keep teams honest.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'm sure that's Coach Tylee's game plan, try and get more people involved. Obviously, he's always going to start with the run, and if we can get that going early, it would be a good game to hopefully get Brennan going a little bit passing as well.
We're teeing it up right now. Number 1 from Camanche is Josh Lyles kicking off. Deep to receive as number 33, Nolan Staker, takes it from the 15. Straight ahead, has a little bit of a gap. Cups inside, still on his feet, pushing forward, tough yardage, up to around the 37 to 38. We're going to say 37. 22-yard return, great field position to start it off. They do mark it at the 37. Russ Omar and his crew here tonight. I know Coach Peterson he and Russ used to get along very well. John, you saw him a few times as an official too. He's one of the good guys in the profession.
He is. He does it for the right reason. He likes to talk to the kids and make sure they're all showing good sportsmanship. He's a good guy.
We're going to call it. There's that offset 2 to the left, 1 straight back. Handoff, Keaton Gates, upright, got a big hole. Left side, cuts through, past the 45. Trucking 4 people with him, carried him all the way to the Camanche 46. Give him 19 yards and a Bear 1st and 10. There's establishing the run. A great job by the left side of that offensive line, Mike Montgomery and Lincoln Neighbor.
Really good job also by our lead blockers, Cap and Coop both. Did a really nice job leading him there.
For sure, and that formation was heavy to that left side. We had numbers there. I think that might be the same play we started off with Regina, too.
Now you got double wing to the right, single set. Keaton Gates about 6 yards back. Quick pitch out to Gates. Got a guy behind him, but no, he's got some room. Past the 40. He could go 30, 25, 20, 15. Hello, end zone. No yellow flags. Touchdown Bears. Touchdown Bears. Hello, right side. Nice job by the receiver out there, holding, sealing that edge. And as well, got to give credit, Bodie Moorhead pushes that end inside, and Keaton Speed took it from there.
Yeah, I think they ran that play. That might be the one I was thinking of from earlier, Regina, actually. But, yeah, they got the 2 H-backs to one side, overloading that side, and Camanche didn't adjust either time.
Not so sure that Camanche knows what to do here with our swinging gate.
Well, the gate just swung back, and now they're in a more of a traditional extra point. Ginrich set to kick. Christoffel snaps good. Spot good. The kick looks really good. Just hits a car up next to the bus barn. 52 seconds into the game. 11:08 on the clock. It's West Branch 7. It's Camanche 0. After a loss, you come back home. You want to establish it. You want to get momentum. How about 2 plays, 63 rushing yards for Keaton Gates. Great job by the front line. Great job by the backs. Great job by the outside. Kind of what the doctor ordered to start off a game. Beautiful night for football. Always is a beautiful night for football, but there's no rain. Little breeze, as we mentioned. Barney said, as he said from the sidelines, the field is in just immaculate position. And as golf coaches, you and I don't know if we see many golf courses in this good of shape.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that exact same thing, Jaybird. Maybe we should go get the wedges, come out here and hit a few shots.
Yeah, Jerry Flagel said a couple weeks ago when he was on the side, he's like, I could putt on this. It's in that good of condition. So the wind at his back here, as I mentioned pregame, Reese Ginrich was kicking off from just inside the 50 because you can't be at the 50 or the other side. That's one of those unwritten rules in football and pregame. But he was kicking it and landing them. I'm guaranteeing 65, 70 yards. He's got the wind in his back here. Tees it up the left side. Looks like number 1, Lyles, and number 7, Ty Stone, deep to receive. Kick is high. Down the left side, and it is deep. And it is 6 yards into the end zone. Touchback. Camanche takes over 1st and 10 from their own 20. What a weapon to have, something like that. It's just the things that aren't talked. There are 3 phases to a game, John. And when you got a kicker like that, it kind of in your hip pocket when you need things maybe later on. He who made a 49-yard field goal last year, it's just a weapon not many teams have.
It's such a luxury to be able to kick that ball into the end zone. I mean, we've seen it, time and time before where you score and then you kick off and another team runs it back and squashes that momentum. You don't have to worry about that if he's going to boot it into the end zone.
And then the PA announcer sometimes loses his cool and leaves a hot mic. But here we go. Number 10, Sager. Trips right, single set left, drops back, looking across the middle. Tip pass. It may have been intercepted. Let's wait for a signal. It was intercepted. The tip by Big Mike. Oliver Trepanier lays out. Interception at the 25. Bears go back on offense.
Can't ask for a better start than that.
Hey, quick update down here, boys. Just because we went ahead and said there's no chance of rain, it's starting to sprinkle.
Well, of course. Or maybe that's just that water bottle in your hand, going a little wild. Of course, we jinxed it, Barney. We'll watch that.
It's not working yet.
Okay. Wow.
I think that was actually Bodie Moorhead.
It was.
That.
Now that I think about it, it was Bodie Moorhead that tipped that ball. 11 minutes basically on the clock. We got Twins right, single set. Gingrich in motion. Maybe look for a pass here. A little halfback pass. He's got a man wide open. Staker underthrows but caught. Hello, end zone again.
I believe that was Reese Gingrich on the throw, correct?
It was. Coach Tyler Bailey kind of wanted to call his number, said that kid can sling it. One catcher that Tyler always loved to showcase his arm, said this kid can throw it. Right on the money. 1 for 1 as a varsity quarterback and a touchdown, John.
Can't beat that, yeah. Tell you what, those Gingrich boys can kick a ball or throw a ball. Cam Gingrich was the same way.
25-yard completion at Staker's second touchdown reception in as many weeks. Last week he had one at Regina and one this week.
Those are fun, too. It's nice to have those trick plays that you can work on in practice. The kids enjoy them, and then when you get to run them in a game, it's even better.
Kick his spots down. Kicks a little shorter this time, but nowhere less successful.
That was a nice job by knowing that the ball's a little outside. He was able to gather it back in.
Tell you what, he's been holding off and on since he was a freshman. Again, another one of those things that you don't think about is to have someone like that to go with that kicker, John.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
14-0 is your score. 10:54 remains in the first quarter. So West Branch has run 3 plays. 2 carries, 67 yards for Keaton Gates. Reese Gingrich has a perfect passer rating on his high school varsity career. 1 for 1, 25-yard, that completion to 33. Staker talked about him in the pregame, saying yet another weapon to have.
Hey, well, we got a little dead time, too. Any of you watching at home, anytime you ever see Matt Shenander, you need to thank him. This is incredible what he's got set up here. Microphones everywhere. He's got 4 iPads. There's a laptop. There's some big thing over here that I don't know what it is, but he's got it all wired up, and it's amazing what he does. So anytime you see Matt, you need to thank him for bringing this free to your house.
Don't kid yourself. He's just pushing buttons. He doesn't know what they do either.
Yeah, same with me. Sometimes I don't push him. Gingrich kick, sidewinder, about 8 yards deep into the end zone. Touchback. Camanche will once again take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. Well, Camanche, this is one of those, it's 1 minute and 6 seconds into the game and you're down 14-0. You certainly want to try to get something established. You don't need to be in a hurry because there's a lot of game left, John. But as a coach, at this kind of situation, do you just kind of just go back to something tried and true and hope it works just to get some development and some momentum?
You got to keep your foot on the gas right now. It's first quarter. You don't want to let up at all. So.
Yeah. Ooh, little movement there. Quarterback rolls out right. Throws low, complete. Nice tackle by Trepanier in the open field. Complete to that man Graves we mentioned. About 3 yards are going to give him that on the completion at the 23, so it's 2nd and 7. Good coverage there by West Branch. Made the first look by the quarterback. He had to double clutch because Lincoln Neighbor was right in his passing lane, and that's a guy that's about 6'3" and athletic. You're going to have to double clutch to get it around. Trips left this time. That single wing goes to the left side. Single set out here to right. Looking left to that wing. Right to Graves again. Nice job getting off of his first defender. Down the sideline. May get it across the 30. They're going to mark him. Yes, it's going to be a 1st and 10. Nice little pass there. A little swing underpass.
Good adjustments by Camanche. They had pressure on their first drive, and they come out on this one, and they moved the quarterback and moved the pocket and gave him a little time, and then they got rid of the ball quick on a little bubble flat type of play there, so they're getting the ball out of his hands.
And that was one of your keys. They need to get the ball, the Storm need to get the ball away fast to get away from this pass rush. 1st and 10 at around 30. There's a handoff right up the middle. Gets past the first line. Taken down at about the 34 after a gain of 4. Nice tough run. He's a strong low to the ground. 5'11", 205 is number 5 Tyson Graves. Tough to see. And he's got strong, if you look at him from the waist down from where we are, strong legs. Just chugging forward, falling forward, a la last week's running back, Savion Miller. May not have been the most flashy. I tell you what, that guy just got moving forward. So 2nd and 6. Guy out here was moving. This time, to give it to 5, and behind Kemper, the neck roll introduces himself. It's a loss of 3. Good job there shooting the gap by that Bear defense. Brings up 3rd and 9 at the 31. Kind of took away a little momentum from the first play. Well, you know this kid can sling it. 433 passing yards last week, 600 on the season, which is 4th in the entire state at any class through 2 weeks. And his 433, the best individual performance in the entire state of any class. So now they're coming more in like a double bunch, like twins right, twins left. Guy goes in motion, swings out. He was moving forward there. Low snap, bumbled it, got pressure, and he is going down. Cooper Gates and Spencer Green in on it. I think Gates was there first. Green helped finish him off first. It's a loss of 5.
Yeah, that's tough. That's not a good down and distance for Camanche because they're going to have trouble with that pass rush. It was a pretty long developing pass concept they had run there. It was kind of a mesh with 2 crossers in the middle, and that takes a long time to run, and you don't have that much time against Tyler Bailey's defense.
4th and 14 from their own 26. Brandon Peterson singled up as a returner. High snap, rushes on. He goes quick with it. Fair catch, Peterson at his own 49-yard line. So a 25-yard punt gives the Bears golden field position near midfield. It's 8:14 remains on the clock. They've had to wait a long time to get back to their offense this time. 3 minutes. So their 3rd possession in 2 minutes and 46 seconds. So see what Tyler Bailey dials up. Look, Cooper Gates is calling is going to be the quarterback. Brennan Dale's on the sideline. We're going to have a little wildcat all Gates backfield. Let's see if the big brother says, hey, little brother, I'm keeping it. We're going to find out how much they love each other. Double wing to the right, Trepanier and Capper. Single snap, hands off. No, Gate Cooper keeps it, breaks 1 tackle, gets to the outside. 20, 30, 25, 20. He's going to take it 51 yards. Touchdown Bears. Hello, end zone. No flags. John, it's just, I don't know. This time the backs didn't lead him up the hole, but Lincoln Neighbor pushed it out to the left. Brandon Peterson on the outside had a really nice block. That gap opened wide, and I think you and I may have been to get at least 10 yards out of it.
Yeah, it was a counter. Their first 2 run plays went to the 2H backside, and then that was a fake that way, and then Cooper kept it. So good-looking play.
Spots a low snap, gets it down. The kick looks to be good again, and it is. 8 minutes, 4 seconds into the first quarter. West Branch 21, Camanche 0. Okay. West Branch has had 4 offensive plays. 4 offensive plays, 118 yards rushing, 25 yards passing. That's a very nice average. You do the math. Coach Tex is a 3rd grade teacher. He can probably figure out 143 divided by 4 in no time. Or at least I know your kids probably would tell you that.
Yeah, I'm going to say no, I couldn't.
Well, you got the banker here. Maybe he could do it. Probably about, it's just over 35, almost 36 yards a play. That's not bad.
Yeah, I was just kind of thinking to myself, too, you know, you have 21 points on the board, and Keaton's the only one that's been tackled.
Yeah. Wow. This is what you want as a Bears fan, but I wouldn't say I would have expected it to be like this. 2:56 into the game, and you're up 21-0.
Yeah, I'm playing a team like Regina last week, too. You play a good team like that in a physical game, you just get better from it.
And Coach Hughes, if you heard him in the pregame, said these kids had a choice. They could either just turn down, feel bad for themselves, or start working, and he said they came this week working, had the best practice. Ginrich kick. Stop me if you think you've heard this before. 8 yards into the end zone. Touchback.
You know, another nice thing about playing both West Liberty and Regina early, there's not a whole lot of formations that this defense hasn't seen. So, you know, them coming up and running a lot of spread stuff is really nothing that the kids have been preparing for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Barney. They saw a lot of spread both weeks, and that's all they're going to see tonight. Just keep grinding on Camanche. They've only got about 10 kids on the sideline, so just keep wearing on them.
They do have 13 cheerleaders. Good for them. Twins left, wing left. This is where they ran that little flat pass last time. This time they bring him across, throw across the middle. Nice completion there across the 30 to the 32. I'll get a number on that here shortly. Nice little quick hit underneath, little, you could call that maybe a little mesh route. Is that number 3 that caught the ball? Leading receiver would be Wes McDaniel. That's his 16th catch on the season. 137 yards now. 11 yards on the completion.
Yeah, that's an RPO. They've got a zone, some kind of run play called with it, but then that quarterback's reading our outside linebacker, and they had a slant followed by a little in route behind it. So this kid likes to sling it. If it's close at all and he can throw that ball, he's gonna.
Well, he's empty now. Jet, got a guy going right. It's a little jet pitch. Actually, it's a completed pass. We'll call that 2. It is actually a completed pass because it's pitched forward. Number 1, that's Lyles. Give him 2 yards to the 33. Nice job by Bodie Moorhead cutting through, and Lincoln Neighbor kind of pushing him back to the middle to help him finish it off.
I believe that was number 3 again, Jay.
Yeah. Oh, so that was 3? Okay,
Yes.
well, McDaniel with another reception. 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Just under 7 minutes remain in the first quarter. It was 3 as I watched the replay. Coach Sexton, Johnny on the spot. He's in motion. Looked like he might have been going forward. Quick hit, nice little tunnel screen there across the 35, 40 to the 46. Good play. Seeing spaces, completes it to number 0. That's Gavin Baker. They're seeing some quick hits. John said they got to get it away quick, and he's doing it. This guy has got an arm, gets it there in a hurry.
Yeah, I like how he throws. It's a little bit sidearm, but he gets rid of it quick. Kind of a little Dan Marino type motion.
All the way out to the 46 in 3 plays. 1st and 10. Stacked Twins to either side. Running back straight back. He looks left. Got a man. Going to try it deep across the middle. Slings it. Oh, off the receiver's hand. Sidearming it in there. Perfect throw. Bears got lucky there that he didn't catch that because he may have had a lot of green grass to the West Branch sideline. Could still be going.
Yeah, pass rush didn't get to him that time.
No, and he had an ample amount of time for that route to develop. 2nd and 10. Was looking for another one of his favorite guys, Ty Stone. Same formation. This time the running back hipped up to the left side of the quarterback. Low snap, quick hit to the left side. Gets forward past the 50. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds. It looks like a completion of about 7. Nice quick throw. Tough to. You're not going to defend that right away. You just need to break down and hopefully not give up much. 7 yards. That's a nice play to make it 3rd and manageable for the Storm at the West Branch 47.
Yeah, they're kind of taking what we're giving them right now. I mean, we're playing coverage. It's a little more bend, don't break, and letting our pass rush try to get at him. So if they want to go down the field 5 yards at a time, I think we'll let them.
Same thing. Looking left. Look across the middle this time. Flat pass. Complete. But Trepanier introduced himself to number 5. That's Graves. No yards on the play. It's going to bring it in one of those 4th and 3. Quarterback goes off the field. That doesn't mean maybe they're going to be in a punt formation. Maybe they're going to try something. You never know. Little misdirection with the big guy off the field, but they're setting up in a punt formation.
We're staying coverage right now.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. Now Brandon's going to be
Peterson's back. But still, Barney, I think you're right. They're bracketed up on both sides. High snap, gets it off, curves it right back. Brandon immediately fair catches it, fumbles it out of bounds at the 6. Hey, that's good news for Camanche. Give him a nice 41-yard punt. West Branch is backed up at its own 6. Let's see what they have here. 5:16 remains, as we mentioned before. Unfortunately, the clock is not syncing up with the video connection tonight. You're able to see the picture, but we can't sync the clock. We'll hopefully have that fixed up for you by next week. But the scoreboard's working. You can see that on the bottom. Good news for West Branch fans right now.
So, John, what are you calling this defense we're looking at here? You seen this as a 5, like almost an eagle?
I still think it's a 4-2-5. Looks like a 4-4 a lot of times.
Just number 3 is our outside backer up tight.
Dale
Right.
gets it. Design quarterback run. He had a hole up the middle, kicked it outside. The Storm rained on that parade. No gain recorded. Still 10 to go from the 6. Thank you for that drum roll, Matt. Great job there by the right side of that defense. Coach Sexton's right down there, so he can tell us, he can see it a little bit better than we can. Bears are going to go back to that wishbone formation. Cooper dotting the I with Capper and Keaton backing him up. Handoff is to Cooper off the right. Tackled behind the line. He's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Then about the entire defense finds him there. Actually, they're going to give him 1 yard. Boy, Barney, for me, it's kind of blocked from up here. From up, I can tell you what, from here it looked like a lot of a mess that he could have been near the end zone, but he bounced off it.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. He got forced to bounce, and as soon as he started to bounce, that gave that defense a chance to kind of swarm to him. He just couldn't get the corner turn quick enough.
Good job by the Storm.
We're going to have to try to loosen them up here at some point. I mean, that time they had their entire defense within about 7 yards. At safety was walked up to 7.
And I think what you'll see here, Brandon Peterson.
8 guys in the box last time.
Brandon singled up. Close coverage. They might go downtown here, or he might slant it. Looking for him, and he did. Throws it up. Can he get there? Just overthrows. That's tough to do, to throw it past the fastest man. Had a step just out over the outstretched arms. Bears were forced to punt. Good job by the Storm. They have now flipped the script. Even though they're down 21-0, that's the first time they've held West Branch to nothing. And Bears are going to be punting from 6 yards deep in their end zone. And so far this year, it has not been the strongest suit of the Bears. Maybe Staker gets, I could tell you their return man seems to think he's going to get about a 70-yard punt here. Let's hope he does. High snap, run it off, gets it off. Oh, a boomer! Nails it. Lands at the 45, out of bounds. Goes out of bounds where it lands. That's 60 yards on the fly. We're going to call that a 5 and a 49-yard punt for Staker. Flips the field. Needed that. Good job by that man.
Yeah, rugby punt usually get a little more end over end, but it spiraled. It was a beautiful kick, and then it just kicks straight to the right.
Barney gave him that TP5X to punt. It just spun.
Exactly what I was thinking. Looked like a nice wedge shot there.
And it was low, driving it in there. So the Storm, 1st and 10 from their own 46. Trips right. There's the wing, little sniffer back almost to the right side. Singled up left side from the left hash. Handoff inside. Bounces it back to the middle. Has a nice run across midfield into West Branch territory to the 48. Good run there by Graves. Again, low to the ground. Big legs just driving forward 6. We're going to call that a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4 at the West Branch 48. Just kind of going back to what was working on the last drive here. Splitting the Bears out. Trips left, single back on the hip. Looked like he moved early. Looking, going downtown. He hit his arm. Turn defender. They're going to call pass interference on Peterson.
I suppose you could say he wasn't allowing the kid to come back to the ball.
But it didn't look like there was any contact. It looked like the ball hit him in the back. But, John, tell us, is there such thing as face guarding in high school?
There's no face guarding call in high school as long as you don't make contact with the receiver. But I think, like Barney said, I think there was some contact, but more because the receiver came back into Brandon.
The ball.
Still, I think if he'd have looked back, you probably don't get that flag thrown on you.
Well, that's a big play. Gets it down to the West Branch 33, 1st and 10. Man in motion right. Looking over the middle. Hit his arm. A little high on the throw. Had a man wide open.
3 receivers all in the same spot, about 3 yards away from each other. That's can't be designed.
Yeah, offensive coordinator that you and Barney both are. I'm guessing that's not how you draw it up. Makes it a little easier for the defense to, blanket that coverage. So 2nd 10. Man, you can see it. At home, I'm sure you can if you watch it. This kid, he gets it there in a hurry if he's got any time. Looks like the last 2 times his arm has been looking quick. Going back to that same side across the middle. Man sitting down, number 2, Goldensoff. Nice completion just across the 25. Another market at the 25, 8 yards. 3rd and very manageable 2. Kid just turns, hits it right inside that zone. Takes a spot, gets 8 yards.
Yeah, we'll have to watch that. We're in a cover 3, and they just kind of layered 2 guys over and under our flat defender and hit the guy behind him.
The last time we saw this Twins left-right, it was just an inside handoff to Graves. Bears are bringing the blitz. They're on him. Underthrown, but he's got a man, and it's right there. Actually, it wasn't underthrown. It was thrown perfectly. Completion to the 15. Raker. Wow. Nice throw. You can see it. This kid has got an arm. If he's got any time, it's going to burn you. 1st and 10 at the West Branch 15, 1:53 and running in the first quarter. Now they're packing it in. Packed in 2 little pistol left. Guy straight back, hands it to that man. They'll roll it out. Nothing. He's got a man at the 5, catches it, and he gets in. No problem. Touchdown, Storm. Sager to McDaniel. That's that combination we talked about in the pregame, and they are starting to roll a little bit. Those first, don't let it kid you. That 21-0 score, misleading.
Yeah, you don't want that quarterback to get hot, and he got hot on that drive. But you see a formation like that where they compress all the receivers in. There's only one kind of route they can run, and it's out. And that's what they did.
Extra point attempt, good snap, good hold. The kick looks to be good, and it is. 1-3-6. 1:36 remains in the first quarter. The score is now West Branch 21, Camanche 7. Now the Bears were kind of out there, put their back to the wall by a nice punt by the Storm. The last time the Bears had the ball, they were at their own 6-yard line. Didn't really get much out of it. Let's see how they do. This will be their first kickoff, second kickoff return. The first time they got it to the 37. See if the Bears can get something going with special teams and get that offense cooking again. As John said, maybe try to stretch out the defense a little bit. Then the run comes right back to you.
Yeah, both teams are running a 4-2-5 defense. I mentioned that a couple times, thinking like my wife's not going to know what a 4-2-5 is.
Yeah.
But 4-2-5, 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and then there's 5 defensive backs. And generally the way we're running it and the way Camanche's running it, 2 of those defensive backs walk up and are basically linebackers. So it sort of looks like a 4-4, like 4 linemen, 4 linebackers, 3 DBs. And that's how we're playing both ways. Camanche's playing us that way, and West Branch is doing the same.
As you're saying, as they're doing that, like evidenced by the last time they're on defense, sure makes it tougher to run to the inside when you got 8 guys on 7 or 6.
It does. And, you know, that 3rd down play we threw to Brandon, we had it.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it.
Well, there's Staker from his own 18. He's got a hold to the left, closes up, just goes straight forward and taking guys with him. Nice job by him taking what he can get across the 35. They're going to mark it at the 36. Good job by Staker. The hole that was there closed, and so he just put his head down, went straight ahead. All 6'3" of him carried some guys. 64 yards from pay dirt is West Branch. 1:28 remains in the first quarter. There the Bears are. Johnston going to try to stretch out a little. Staker right, Peterson left, singled up. You got double wing left and right. Keaton, the single set behind Dale. Dale's looking. He's got Staker, but has to pull it. He's got to rush. He's going to use his feet this time. Nice block by Staker on the outside across the 40. That is not a hold, but they're going to call it. Not sure. I'm going to watch it back. But I can tell you, that looked like a great block to me. Negates a 9-yard run. Usually I'm very good at staying professional, but, man, that looked like a good block to me, but I guess it didn't to the outside man, and that 9-yard run is coming back.
Yeah, Nolan never lost contact. I was kind of watching that myself. He was engaged the entire time with the front of the kid, so maybe he got extended a little bit.
That is a big penalty. That's going to go back to around the 28-yard line. The Bears were going to be at the 44. So now we're going to have first down again, but 18 yards to go.
You know, Hirsch, from down here, you know, back in the days when we wore leather helmets, we called this a 6-2 defense.
Exactly. Yeah, those outside linebackers
I'm
are up.
watching
We call
it
it a
now,
6-2.
and I can tell you he was straight head up on him the whole time with hands in. But it doesn't matter. Bears got to go back to work. Camper goes to motion. Dale's looking left, cuts up the field, and that was not a good decision because he introduced himself to the defensive lineman 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Storm, after that, they have weathered the storm now on defense. The last 4 or 5 downs, they've come to play. Loss of 2.
Well, just like Barney said, they're in basically a 6-2 look up there. They brought everybody up on the line of scrimmage. They're just daring us to throw, and we're going to have to find a way to do that.
Stretch a field, yeah.
And we don't have to throw far. I mean,
No.
we could just get the ball on the outside. We could throw a little swing to one of these fast running backs. We just need to get outside them and outflank them.
And just as you say
Here we
that,
go.
Bears
Right
go
here.
trips right. Single set is Peterson here. Looking for Peter. No, breaks down. Dale's running it. Looks across the field. Got Gate. Cooper Gates off his hands. Incomplete. Nice throw by Dale. Just unfortunate. Didn't bring it in. It was near the first down yardage marker.
That's a play we definitely want to come back to, too, because with our trips to the one side, Brandon had post wide open on this side.
And as mentioned, the speed on speed, not many people are going to be able to stay step to step with that young man. Well, now it's 3rd and 18. Coming back to probably a similar formation. Staker in, Maddox Rushton out. Double threes, substitute for single three. Third.
Yeah, Camanche is in that cover 3, so that safety in the middle of the field has to go to the trip side, so that leaves one guy one-on-one with Brandon over here.
It's actually 3rd and 21 from the 25. Brandon comes back, little screen. Gates gets it. Off one, they're going to throw a flag. This one is going to come back as well. Bouncing, still going across the 46. He's going to have a first down or right at it. But Yellow Fabric is going to bring it back because that is definitely going to be a hold on the Bears.
That was a block in the back
block
on
in the
Brandon.
back, yeah.
It's unfortunate. The guy turned on him, but as a receiver, you just have to know you got to let him go at that point, not finish the block into his back.
Block in the back. Definitely the Storm are going to take this penalty. And from where it's at, it's going to be about 3rd and 112, but we'll worry about the math here in a second. It's going to go way back. We're talking back to about the 11-yard line is my guess. No, they're marking it at the 15. The original spot was the 36, so 21 and 10 is 31. We're going to talk about that. It's the end of the first quarter. We'll come back to that scenario here in just a second. Take a quick break here on the Bearcats. West Branch 21-7, the end of one. We're back on the Bearcast after a first quarter where you saw West Branch, the score is 21-7. West Branch put 21 points up in 2 minutes and 56 seconds. 4 offensive plays. The first series, 2 runs by Keaton Gates, 67 yards and a touchdown. Second series, after an interception on Camanche's first play from scrimmage, the next play, Reese Ginrich on a little flanker jet sweep pass to Noah Staker, 25 yards, touchdown. Then the Bears stop. Then the very next play on a little wildcat, Cooper Gates takes it 51 yards to the end zone. If you're doing your math, that's 4 plays, 143 yards, 2 minutes and 57 seconds, 21 points. Since then, it has been all Camanche. West Branch cannot get anything going right now. They're going to have to stretch the field a little bit to get that run game back, as you've heard Coach Hirschman talk about. As we begin the third quarter, 3rd and 31 for West Branch. They began this drive at the 36. They're now at the 15 because of 2 penalties. Looks like we may be one short. They're yelling now. Yes, we are. And there goes Seidel to fill it out. See, Barney can count. He said he couldn't do it earlier. He just proved us wrong. 3rd and 31. In the old days, the Bears might quick kick this, might punt it. We'll see what happens here. The Bears, twins left, twins right. Keaton Gates, the lone setback. Possible screen pass here formation. We're going to reset the play clock, and they did. 12 minutes on the clock as we begin the quarter. Barking out the calls, Dale. Gates straight behind him. There's a handoff to Gates. Has a nice hole up the middle. Tries to bounce outside. Good job by that left defensive end. Gates gets a little bit of yardage, 6-yard carry to the 21, but certainly not enough for the first and down. Great job by the Storm. Bears are going to have to turn it over on down. 4th and 25. Staker, the last time he punted the ball, well, the only time he punted the ball was from his end zone. He flew it 60 yards from the end zone, a near 50-yard punt, and may need to do that again. Here, gets the snap, rolls out. It's a low knuckleballer, taken at the 42, gets past the first line of defense, getting forward over the 50. Nice little return of about 9 to 10 yards. Baker on the return into West Branch territory at the 49. The Storm have flipped the script. The Bear defense need to come right back.
Here's that compressed formation again that they scored the touchdown on.
Let's see if they do it. Oh, there's movement, but they're not calling it. This time he's got to rush, has to throw it, gets taken, it overthrows. Good pressure there by Neighbor and Gates. To me, it almost looked like the quarterback was kind of moving before the play, but I tell you what, for West Branch, that's just fine. It's an incompletion. It brings 2nd and 10.
I think that the boys finally kind of figured out if we're not going to get home, we got to get hands up, at least get some kind of pressure on this kid so he doesn't have such open windows.
I think you're right. That's about the 3rd time they've made him double pump. One time he actually, got it tipped and it was interception.
Yeah, and the quarterback's tall, but he throws kind of a little bit 3/4 right by his ear, so it's not coming out that high. So if you get your hands up, you got a good chance of knocking it down.
Twins left, man underneath.
3 front
wing.
defense.
There it is. Little read goes, tries to bounce the middle. He gets forward, does Graves. Let's say 2 yard on the carry. Moorhead in there. He and Big Mike there on the mosh pit up the middle. 1 yard gain to the 48. 3rd and long. 3rd and 9 for the Storm.
Yeah, we changed it up. We were in a 4-2-5 most of the game. Now we're in a 3-3-5. It's a little different look for them.
And there's that trips look. They went right. Single set out here is McDaniel on the Bears sideline. He's moving again there, taking a step. Got plenty of time. Chucks it down the sideline. Single up, overthrown. Bracketed coverage. Good job, Seidel. Barney, you were right on it. It was step for step.
Yeah, that was perfect coverage. He was hip the whole way, looked back to see they're still there, but never lost his contact with the receiver.
That's what the Bear defense needed. It's been the last couple of times they've been on defense, they've kind of broke a little bit. That time they buckled down to bring up a punt scenario. Bears looks like they might be packing it in here.
Those Seidel boys know how to play coverage.
Yeah, his brother Cale was one of the better we've seen in recent years. Snap is off. Somebody moved, I think, the right side of the defense. Yeah, they got him that time. Oh, no, they're going to say, first he said it was on Camanche. Then he pointed at West Branch. What are we doing here? Now he's saying offside. What do we got here, Russ? They are marking it on. Are they going to give it a what? They're confused. Is it on West Branch or is it on Camanche?
Just going to pick it up and wave it off.
Yeah, I think so. It's an inadvertent whistle. The head official's coming out to the guy on the West Branch sideline who's pointing toward the offense. There it is. False start, illegal procedure on the Storm. That's good. Gives the Bears a little bit more room here to return. Peterson back at his own 25. Cap was going to be right on that, coming off that left side. They're looking like they're stacking a high snap. Up the middle, almost blocked by Keaton. He may have got a piece of it. It's bouncing, takes a Camanche high hop, then goes sideways at the 27. John, I think he may have got a piece of that, the way it was bouncing. Good job by the Bears.
Yeah, he definitely altered the punt. I don't know if he got a piece of it, but that punter had an eye on him and an eye on the ball, and it didn't work out well.
Well, the Bears, even after that, it was a 21-yard punt. The Bears still are at their own 27, 73 yards away from the end zone. 10:25 remains in the second period. Bears are going in that little double wing right, a little offset. Keaton straight behind, singled up either way receiving. Hand up, right up the middle is Gates, bounce to the left side, and there's nothing there. I tell you what, his individual effort got him back to the line of scrimmage.
maybe even a half a yard or a yard of gain because there was nothing there. Bears are, Big Mike's coming out. Sophomore Garrett Tysinger coming in on at the offensive line.
I noticed earlier that Mike was kind of slow getting up on a couple plays. I wonder if I don't know if it's something with his equipment or if he is actually hurting a little bit down here.
Get him some pickle juice, maybe. It's just delicious. A new center as well. No. Okay, the Bears 2nd and 10. Double wing right. There's a pitch to Gates. Cuts to the right. It's got a hole. Bounces across the 30 to 35. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40 to the other side. Out of bounds at the third. It's going to say 37. Give him 22. Excuse me, at the 34. They're going to give him 16 to 22, 36 yards. Puts him across the century mark for the night. The Bears are into Camanche territory at the 35. Had a hole, he took it, and his speed took over from there.
It's the same lead toss he scored the touchdown on earlier. One of those deals, run it until they stop it.
Yeah. It's not broke yet. No need to fix it. You know. Twins left, twins right. Keaton straight back. There's that handoff, straight up the middle. Just bounce, takes what he can get. And boy, it wasn't much. Before that number, was it 22? In the background, took him down quick. Tell you what, Barney always talks about Keaton being one of the best tacklers he's seen. Mason Tupfer looking from the other side. That was a lift up and down, a 1 yard gain.
Still got my money on Keaton if we're doing takedowns.
I think so. You go back last week and look what he did to 6'3", 235 Tate Wallace. Lifted him up off his feet and put him down. Twins left, twins right. Keaton off the right hip. Looking to pass, does left, got a man. Peterson gets it, cuts inside. Trying to fight for a first down. Blow the whistle, 4 guys are there. He's going, there you go. The ball comes loose, but forward progress had been stopped. The blue coaches are not happy that it's not a fumble, but he had been fighting for about 4 or 5 seconds. Short, a gain of, we're going to call that 8. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Bears are going quick. Under center here, could be that full house. Dale right up the middle. Bounces it across the 3rd, 25, 20, 17. Kind of not quite Pleasantville from a couple years ago, Johnny.
Yeah, not quite.
Speaking of Hirschman's, Gavin joins us here in the booth. His favorite friend from I-35 High School joined us as well. Look.
Yeah, got 2 ex-quarterbacks up here in the booth.
Which Hirschman wore it better? I don't know. But I tell you what.
Well, he had a different number. He went with Patrick Mahomes' number for some reason.
Well, speaking of Patrick Mahomes, Dale was 15. A good job there. Taking it all the way to the 17. Bears 1st and 10. Little straight up the middle. Gates following ahead. All was just driving forward. And little rugby scrum breaks out. But he won that one. Down to the 11. One of the Camanche guys is down right now. I don't know if it's his, he's holding his knee. It's not doesn't look like a cramp. Let's hope that guy is okay. With that, let's take a short break while they figure these things out. With 7:28 remaining in the second, West Branch 21-7. It's the Bearcast on WestBranch.Football. We're back live. Number 14, Nathan Babcock was the injured Storm, limping off, but on his own power. Back live, 7:24:23 in running. West Branch second, and call it a short 4 from the 11 inside the Hoop Project red zone here. There's that Wildcat Cooper Gates formation, cuts it inside, now bounces off a player, gonna get to the corner, touchdown Bears, hello end zone. 11 yards, his second touchdown of the night. Good job by him. Wasn't good in the middle, John, but then he got off the edge of those 2 wings on the outside with the lead block, did the rest of his own, had a lot of green.
Well, yeah, like Barney and I were talking about, they've been packing it in, and it's that 6-2 look up there, and we're overloading off one edge, and if fewer guys to block, they don't really adjust to that very well, clearly.
Yeah, when we went to more of a 4-receiver set, they did spread out. So I'm guessing that's something the coach is going to do a lot more to start running the ball
Good
a
snap.
bit more inside.
Right.
Good snap, good hold. I think he put it right into the soccer neck that's 40 yards behind. 7:01, second quarter. West Branch gets 7 back. It's 28-7 Bears. Nice drive there by West Branch. A lot of running. Get that physical, that power back again. Got their mean on, got it back, and got 7 back to level off to be up 21 again.
Yeah, that's what Coach Tiley likes. He likes running the ball, and he knows if he overloads that side, he can run that. But he's been working on some other stuff because he knows they have to get better at some other plays. And, you use some of these games and you get a lead like that. Not that they're toying with somebody, but they're trying to make sure we can run our whole arsenal. Couldn't talk my son Gavin into taking the headset, but he did want to say hi to Graham that's out there listening.
Aw, bless his heart. So, throwback jersey or throwback night. West Branch does this each and every year just to pay their homage, pay respects to the Bears and Polar Bears and Quakers. Close to my heart, Quakers, John.
That's right, Quaker boy.
The man, the myth, the legend. Ginrich's kick into the wind, no less impressive than his other kicks towards the north into the end zone. 4th touchback tonight. Storm will take over again from their 20-yard line.
You want to tell the folks at home the origin of the Quaker boy nickname?
Here it is. I was in 7th grade. Coach Hirschman's a year ahead of me in 8th grade. I decided not to cut my hair very much. Started to get my sideburns over my ears. John's over at our house on 1st Street, and we're playing probably, poker for Cheerios. And he's like, "You look like the guy on the Quaker Oats box." And that's how Quaker Boy came to be. Sound about right, John?
It stuck. You're still Quaker boy into your 50s. It never goes away.
It never goes away. Camanche got a lot of time. Now it breaks down, and now he throws it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, underthrown. That was incomplete. No, did he catch it? They got that. But, man, was he wide open. Had he had got that pass deeper on the money, that's going to be 80-yard touchdown. Luckily for him, he had pressure, which forced the underthrow backside pressure from number 77, Mike Montgomery.
Yeah, that kid took a big hit there. That's a tough kid.
So 2nd and 10 from his own 20. I don't see the young man that was injured. Nobody's sitting on their bleachers, so maybe that young man is okay. We'd love to see him back in the game if he can.
Yeah, I can see him standing on the sidelines.
Quick pass out to the outside, slings it out past his first defender, taken out by Capper at his 25. Looked like it was a backward pass, so a rush of 5 yards. Nice job blocking on the outside to get him forward. So it's going to bring up 3rd and manageable from the 25, 3rd and 5. A lot of folks checking in out there. I know Big Dave's listening in. Amy Vargason's listening and watching over on John's Old Street from growing up. We won't give it away. We don't want people to go over there, Back to pass. He's got a little rush. Oh, he's got a man across the middle, but overthrows him. Seidel, I tell you what, he was kind of open, but Seidel closed it quickly. That ball even if it was on time, I don't think it's complete there.
Yeah, it's a good job by Griff. I mean, he's in cover 3, so he's supposed to be deeper than the deepest on this third of the field down here, and they were in a post right between him and the middle safety. That's a tough spot to be in, but he had him blanketed.
John, I was very reminiscent of what we had earlier. They had trips to the right, so that middle is wide open on the post.
Right.
So Griff had to carry it.
He did.
4th and 5 for the Camanche from their own 25. They're in punt formation. Rushes on almost again. Peterson doesn't see it. And unfortunately, it takes a Camanche bounce all the way down to the 35. 40-yard punt. Good job by that man right there. I think it's number 11 is their punter. Bentley Goldensoff had a nice reception earlier in the game as well. The Bears from their own 35. Pretty good field position here. They've been on or around that for 3 drives. Every drive the Bears have started around the 35 within 2-3 yards. They've scored a touchdown. Let's hope that holds true now. 6:02 remains in the second quarter. As mentioned, if you're watching the Bearcast, usually there's a clock there. Unfortunately, there's no communication between the scoreboard connection and the connection up here in the booth. But we're trying to keep you abreast as much as we can. Bears come out, little really powered up, little kind of inverted wishbone, we'll call it. There, handoff straight up the middle as Keaton Gates bounces it to the right. He has space. 50, 45, 40. Gets past the man, 30, 25. Coach Sexton cheering him down to the sideline. Looks like he went down at about the 18, 15, and 32, 52 yards for Gates. Hot mic, you can hear it from Coach Sexton.
Man, as a coach, you love when your running backs are the ones initiating the contact.
Yeah, Coach Ty Lee just went to a different look to get back to that same look he's been doing where the 2 H-backs are on the same side. That time, like Jason said, it was an inverted wishbone. Guy on each side of the quarterback and then Keaton behind him, but they just got back into that same play just from a different beginning of the formation.
Go from the inverted wishbone, John, to the wishbone. Keaton Gates dot in the I, Capper right, Cooper Gates left. And a little handoff to Cooper up to the right side. This time the defense is a little bit more up to task. Give him, we'll say, 2-yard gain to the 16. 2nd and 8. Inside the red zone is West Branch. Matt Chenander's favorite red zone. Everything, anytime you're in the red zone is a good thing. He shakes his head.
Notice that Jericho is out at the left tackle. No, Jericho
yes.
is in there.
It's like Hobbs and Big Mike's back in there on the left side. McCullough, right guard, straight ahead, sneak. Dale, gonna be, it looks like he may have a first down, Barney, you're right on it. Let's see if we're gonna mark him dead at about the 7. That is a first and goal. Effective play, they see in a gap. Now they're gonna go quick here. Same play, this time, not quite as successful, but he's still going forward. Where's he at? Is it about the 4?
Yeah, he's right on the 4.
So 3 yards. 2nd goal at the 4. The Bears aren't wasting any time. Those last 2 plays. Now they're going to take a little break, get a breather, look for something. Staker out. Maddox Rushton, number 3, in. So let's set it up here. 4. When they run this play, it'll be just at 4, under 4 minutes. Moorhead and McCullough right. Jericho and Big Mike left. Kinzinger under center. Handoff straight ahead is Keaton still going, driving forward. And hello, end zone, touchdown Bears. 4 yards, Keaton Gates gets his 2nd of the night to match his older brother Cooper's. Both of them have 2 tonight, and their Bears have 34 on the board. 3:56 left.
Keaton is so fast. You see his speed so many times, but then on that drive, you saw his power. That kid runs hard.
Extra point, snap down, kick is certainly deep enough and good. West Branch 35, Camanche 7, 3:56 remains in the first half. Now, neither team has called a timeout. They each have 3. West Branch took the opening kickoff, John. So what you would love to see any time, obviously, but right now with shorter clock, You'd love to see a nice defensive stand, flip it to try to get the ball back, maybe push it in for another 7 or maybe even just 3 to try to get another chance to end the half.
Yeah, it's one thing at a time, though. Coach Bailey's thinking about stopping them first, and then we worry about how much time's left.
The sideline judge down here was just telling me he was working a game here years ago when, speaking of hot mic, that our PA announcer might have said something that wasn't so appropriate. I have no idea who it might have been.
I tell you what, we'll do some research on that. Probably the Mediapolis game. You tell him I said, hell, wave up. Have him wave up here at me, Bart. I was like, thanks for being a fan. I appreciate that. There he is, waves at me. I got one fan. Appreciates my work from 2022. Gingrich low, spiraling kick, line drive. Bounces at the 1. They're going to let it go into the end zone. Touchback. His fifth of the night.
Yeah, those of you that know the Little Rose Bowl, that extra point that Gingrich kicked hit all the way back to that chain link fence that's next to, I believe it's a Hosier's house there.
They sold it, by the way.
Well, whoever's house it is. But all the way back to that chain link fence. Went all the way over the soccer nets that are still out down here.
Over the old baseball field we used to play on. Would have been in about the first base dugout. Twins right, little wing right. Handoff up the middle. Not much there. Big Mike pulled him back, but Bodie Moorhead stood him straight up. Maybe a loss of 1. Nice job by the right side of the Bears defense. Mike coming from the backside to clean it up. No gain recorded. So they're going to say Spencer Green as well in there, mucking it up. The junior linebacker, number 23. Bears up front, Moorhead. Big Mike, Lincoln Neighbor across the front. Now Green comes out to the right side. The little packaged up Twins got plenty of time. Throws it across the middle. Got a man off his hands, but great defense there to knock it away by Dale. Good job by the safety closing it down. Quarterback can see it from the other side too, John. Now, you never got that opportunity.
No. No, Butch didn't like to play his quarterbacks on defense.
Yeah. Tell you what, it may have been not until about the 2004 or 5 season did he ever do that. Then he had a guy named Caleb Walter at about 6'4" playing safety. Heck of an athlete and would put the hit on you.
Brandon Young was a pretty good safety, too, when he got to play some defense.
Snap back. Breaking down. Throws it over the middle. Turn around, Keaton. Great coverage there. Step for step, hip for hip. He turns right. He might have picked it off, but that throw was inside, nowhere near the man. The Bear defense does the job, and only 46 seconds went off the clock, John. They're going to get the ball here with a lot of time and probably really good field position.
Yeah, we didn't have to burn any timeouts there either. Camanche should probably like to have that drive over and run the ball and make us burn a timeout or at least run some clock.
If you get a chance there, boys, on that last one, I'm not sure who it was, but somebody got to his arm.
We'll get a chance to look back at that replay here in a second to clean that up for Barney. It was Big Mike Montgomery. There's a punt over Peterson's head. He might just have time to pick it up, and he does from his own 25. And there's a clip right in front of him, and they got it. He's going to run it forward to the 45, but this one is coming back. No doubt about that is a block in the back on West Branch. Why is the man from West Branch grabbing the flag? But that one negates a 20-yard return. The Bears are going to get it probably back at about the 24 instead of the 44. And
Brandon did a good job fielding that once it was on the ground. It's kind of tough to know where to line up with this guy. He's kicked it deep, short, left, right. There's really no way to judge where he's going to go.
I'd say put him about 55 yards back. Oh, it's going to be.
It's all right. Just a longer run for Keaton Gates.
Yeah, and
had those stats.
2:55 remaining in the first half. We will get you some fun stats at halftime. We've got a good story to go along with the throwback tonight. We'll take you through the time frame of from the green to the purple And now the red. The Quakers to the Polar Bears to the Bears. Oh, movement. Yeah, I think West Branch, they weren't all on the same spot there. Running back was moving a little early, and he got caught. 5-yard walk-off. Now 1st and 15 at the 19. Well, there's Keaton Gates, get 5 more yards, John.
Now, if you're a player, you might not be thinking about this, but these last drives late in the half are what's going to keep you from getting yelled at halftime or having a little bit more enjoyable water break.
2:53 remains in the first half. 1st and 15 now at the 19. Bears with that double wing right. Keaton is set up. This has been the play tonight for West Branch. Quick pitch out. He's got a gap. He hits it hard. Good job bouncing off across the 30 to 35. Hold on to that football. Knocked out of bounds at the 40. Then he gets thrown back. But they're going to give him 21 yards. That's a 1st and 10 Bears. And the clock stops.
Should have been an extra 15 yards there, too. That was a pretty late tackle.
I agree with you. That rush there puts him over 500 rushing yards on the season. West Branch's leading rusher last year was at 492. So that tells you one thing. This offensive line is getting it done. His helper backs are doing a great job of leading him up the hole. New formation for West Branch here. Cooper left, Keaton back, and no, he holds it. Dale's looking, head of the man, nice throw. Good diving catch attempt there by Capper. Actually, it was a really good throw on the money. Nobody else was going to catch that, but Capper incomplete though. Didn't really have any room to run, had to get rid of it.
Yeah, and like you said, he put it low and away. Capper was the only one that had a chance, so you definitely don't want to throw an interception in this spot.
You don't throw it there, you throw it up here. I see Jenny Peterson sitting right in front of us, about 4 rows up. Give a souvenir. You throw it up here.
Well, she's got Maya sitting next to her, so if he throws it up in the stands, Maya will catch it.
She's going to take that. Gets to turn it in for a bag of popcorn. Hand off to Gates. Keaton off the left side. Had a hole, but good job there by the right defensive tackle to close it down. Big gain could have been there, but instead it's a 4-yard gain, brings 3rd and 6. Clock's running 2:25. Looks like the Storm are okay with letting it run here. If they get a stop now, they'll call a timeout. 3rd and 6. The scoreboard hasn't caught up yet, but it's at the 44. There they did. They must have heard me, obviously. Kids are sliding down the hill here, John, on the right side. We used to do that in the end zone. Kids don't get to do that anymore. No fun. You used to have an announcer, didn't like that either, but he's gone now. He's me. Bears are going to let it run down, I think, take their own timeout. And they do at 1:53. Just let some clock run off. Thinking about just in case you don't get it here, little chess match. In case they don't get the first down, at least run it down to make it more difficult for the Storm.
Right. We've still got 2 timeouts left if we get this, and we've got time to stop the clock when we need to and put something together. But if we don't, kind of in that limbo area where both teams would like the clock to run out. But we'll see what happens here.
Kind of a shout out. I know somebody out there in Bearland really appreciates the throwback. Is Kim Grantham, Papa Jake Rummels. About 10 years ago, actually 11 years ago, the Bears pulled out the purple jerseys, and he got to be down on the sideline. They recognized him, was on a golf cart. And he told her that night, he goes, you know what? I never in my whole life, after we turned to red, thought I would see those purple jerseys ever again. It brought a tear to his eye and a smile to his face, and that's what it's all about.
It is, and Dave McElrath's been instrumental in putting together the throwback nights and the military nights, and it's really cool that he's volunteered that time to help spearhead that, because it's neat for people to see that.
You kind of get to turn back the clock, and everybody, whether you were a Quaker or a polar bear or a bear, we're all in this together. We come out from the timeout. 1:53 remains, 3rd and 6, West Branch at their own 44. Twin backs to the right of Dale. Keaton Gates straight behind. There's the snap. Hand up the middle. No, but he keeps it. And, man, he could have had some room. Tried to bounce it and gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. The clock is running. The Storm are not going to use their timeouts. Oh, maybe they have. Are they going to call it officials timeout for an injury? What do we got? here. I don't know why we're stopping the clock. Nobody called a timeout. It looks like they're making a kid come out. Okay, maybe a little equipment malfunction. I get it now. Once somebody replaces him as Graves, 5. Then we'll blow the whistle and let it rip from 137. Should get us down to about 120 before Staker lets this go. Single set man to return at the 16. Snap is off. Punt is off. It's high off the side of his foot. Let's see where they spot this. Probably going to be around the 32, 33 yard line. Let's see if my guess is correct. No, they're saying 30. Well, not bad. 2 yards off. All in all, a 26-yard punt. 1st and 10. I just felt some sprinkles, Barney. Am I feeling that right, or is it just a drip of water somebody threw at me?
Yeah, you must have got hit by a drip of water. I'm not getting anything down here anyway.
Okay, could be my saliva from talking too much. So the Storm, 1:26 remaining. 3 timeouts, John, 70 yards away.
Well, they've got an offense built for this kind of position. They get rid of the ball quick.
Well, you got Cooper Gates now playing middle linebacker. So 3-man front, bringing Green off the edge. They're handing it off left side. Speaking of Cooper Gates, drives the man. Oh, that's going to be roughhousing. Drove him up into the stands. The flag's coming out. 15 more yards are going to be on that. On the Bears sideline is saying, hey, that happened to us a little bit, but that doesn't matter. You kind of got to know where you're at.
Yeah, I think he's kind of sticking up for his brother that got tackled the same way and it didn't get called.
Yeah.
It's like anything else, a lot of times the second guy that does it gets it.
It was a 1-yard gain. Well, now they're going to get 15 more. West Branch tonight has been very penalty heavy.
Well, with Camanche running the ball there, it looked like they were going to be happy just trying to run this clock down, and now getting a 15-yard penalty.
Should be the 47, if my math is right.
It's going to make them a little more aggressive.
Well, now they're at the 47-yard line with a 1st and 10, 53 yards away. Whole different ball game here. They're kind of packed in. What would you call this formation, John? Is it just a kind of a pistol?
It's a lot like what we've been running.
Yeah. Sneak it up. Gate tried to time it off the outside is Green. And remember those penalties? Adding up yet another one. You're giving free yards to a team that, as John said, a quarterback throws for over 400 yards. They're built for short clocks. They can sling the ball all over this yard.
Yeah, I didn't see him run that formation. It had like basically a fullback, tailback, and an H-back. It was a lot like what we run, but you see that a lot. When you're watching film, you'll pick up something from the team you're playing, and you run it against them sometimes.
1st and 5 now. There's a handoff. Graves bounces it right. Runs right off a Bear defender, pushing it forward. They're getting a nice job helping, help from friends, a lot of Bears, a den of them, a gain of 2 now. They are content to let this clock run. From our perspective, that's West Branch perspective, that's a great thing. 2nd and 3 at the West Branch 46, 55 seconds left on the game clock, 25 on the play clock.
Yeah, now, I'm a little surprised they're not pushing this.
Or maybe they're just trying to do a little bait and switch here. Nope, quick pitch out, right is Graves. Nice job there by Green, makes up for that penalty. Makes a nice getting off his man. Good play by that young man, a loss of 2. That is how.
They're going to let it go. Well, no, they're not.
Stay with us at halftime. West Branch Activities' Jake Stenberg talked to me before the game. Talks about the ins and outs of being an activities director, not just athletics director, and how that's different from his college education. They are going to let the clock run out here. And talks about in-depth certain activities and also how he works hand-to-hand with the administrators. We are at halftime. It's West Branch 35, Camanche 7. Jake Stenberg joins us here in about 15 seconds. You're listening to the Bearcast on WestBranch.com. Halftime here on the Bearcast. We're joined now by West Branch Activities Director Jake Stenberg.
Mr. Stenberg, this is year number 11?
No, this is year 10.
10. See, I was within one. I knew I could get within 10. But year 10 for Jake. What have you seen? What are the biggest changes you've seen besides obviously, our hairlines in the last 10 years from when you started amazingly in 2015 to 2025?
Growth in our school. Obviously, we have a really nice high school out there. We've been upgrading all of our facilities since I've been here. But for the most part, we have more kids, but the traditions and the values stay the same, which is what I love about West Branch. So I would just say growth is probably the biggest thing.
Now, as we transition into this year, ending last year, and then we'll move into kind of how it transitions into this year. Last year, from when we say activities director, it's not like the old school athletic director to where it's just sports. He's also wearing the hat of fine arts or anything else in the band, anything that falls under that hat. What do you, when you took all these courses way back when at Upper Iowa, playing baseball, etc., did you realize that was going to be under the umbrella of what you're doing? And how do those blend? Like requests are obviously different with jerseys and et cetera, but how do those blend together and make it all work as one happy family?
Yeah, no, it's I owe a lot of credit to like Sarah Oswald and Mr. Jimerson for helping me out along the way. When I went to school, it was sports administration, so it was purely just about athletics. But I've grown to like enjoy the activities side of it because it's a nice break from from the athletic schedule. And so honestly, I lean on my directors. Mr. Reed's been here a billion years. We just got a new band director, Jamie Flanagan. She's phenomenal. Miss Wharton, she's with the middle school. They do a great job. I just tell them, I let them be my experts. I'm going to lean on them and ask them questions when I don't understand. And over the course of 10 years, you just pick up on things and try not to make the same mistake twice. So,
then moving over to the athletic side of it, what's the excitement for you to just come back and come to all these events all the time?
Honestly, like people ask me all the time, like, man, you're here so many hours. That's got to be grueling for you, and it's got to get old. Do you live here? All that stuff, which is true, and there are moments. But it's like, at the same time, I'm like, I get paid to watch sports, to watch games, to evaluate games and be around athletes and coaches and kids. That's the best part. Like, so I love what I do. I love being here, and there's nothing better than atmosphere here at the Little Rose Bowl on a Friday night. So,
and when you pound that all together with a young family, he's got 2 kids under the age of 4.
Yep.
One that's not even 1.
Right.
And the other, Riggs, your oldest,
he's about 2.5.
2.5. So we're talking
Yep.
2 kids under the age of 3.
Yes.
With a wife that you're not exactly close. We were just talking 40 miles away.
Yep.
So you put that all together with wearing these hats, not just the hat of West Branch, but at this event and that event, man, you got. Talk about maybe the greatest wife in the world.
She's the best. She is absolutely the best. No, I think it goes back to having a supportive family. Like I wouldn't be able to do this if it weren't for her understanding that there's gonna be nights where she's pretty much a single parent, and that's a couple nights a week. So I've been trying my best to learn and grow and prioritize family time when I get that chance. That means shutting off the email and the phone sometimes, but at the same time, she's super understanding, supportive. She knew what she got into marrying me. Thankfully, she still did. But no, and honestly, Mr. Jimerson has been phenomenal with like trying to preach family first, and when I need to take some time or spend some time with them, he always allows it. So
fun question here. Obviously, it's going to be very vanilla, your answer, I know, on this, but everybody says, oh, we need a new this or a new that. Yep. So how does that process go down without giving away the Queen's ransom here?
Yep. No, you really try to look at need. You look at the number of students or pupils that will benefit from that, and you look at budgets and what you can do now versus what you might have to save up to do in the future. And so, like since I've been here, we've made renovations to the football field. Baseball has gotten resurfaced. The track got redone. Obviously, with the new school, that helps out all of your indoor sports because of a brand new gymnasium. And so the next thing we're working on right now is a softball diamond complex that we're working on because it was getting really old, and so we're working on lights for baseball and softball as well. But ultimately, it's just about what's due and what do we have money for.
So, he talks about being at all those events, yep. And you're at this, and this. That's a lot of thises. But think about just the excitement. Do you go home and say, honey, you're never going to believe what Joe did or Jake did or Jenny did. I'm just giving random names. How many stories does she have to listen to, and does she like them?
All of the time. And she doesn't like them because she doesn't understand the kids that I'm talking about or the coaches I'm talking about half the time. But she's been doing a good job coming to a lot of games, and she's catching up on those things. But thankfully, there's this beautiful thing called Huddle now that we have all of our sports on. And so instead of telling her the story, I just show her, and that creates some good conversation. So it's been fun.
Now moving into this year with the excitement level of, football's always been a big deal in West Branch. You've had to go through some fun, I wouldn't call them struggles, but just transition. We'll use that word over the last few years with obviously longtime coach Butch Peterson passing away. Yep. And then the following year, some guys on the staff just kind of manning the globe, so to speak, in that year, and then turning the tide over to Coach Nestor, and then now to Coach Hughes. How big of a stress level is it to go through things like 4 different coaches, 4 different years for maybe, arguably one of the more successful sports in West Branch history?
Yeah, no, it is extremely challenging, not only for me but for the kids. To have 4 coaches in 4 years for these freshmen, that's super hard because they all have different things that they want to do and different expectations. But I think I come down to West Branch football is above one person. West Branch football has traditions and values that it carries with long before any of us were born. And so I think Coach Hughes has done a phenomenal job of embracing that. He still does some of the things that he wants to do his own way, but he's embracing the culture and the tradition, and I couldn't be more proud with where we're at in Coach Hughes. So
I think with this year, as we get close here, maybe 1 or 2 more things in about a minute and a half. There's excitement not just with football. Volleyball's having a strong start to their year. With the numbers may not all be there, but they're very tight, a very good, tight-knit, old, young group kind of blending there.
Yep. So that's another group that's been through a lot of coaches. Since I've been here, I think I've hired 5 volleyball coaches. And so now we have Coach Froese, Coach Coates. They're co-head coaches, and they're doing a great job. We already have matched our win total from last year. This season, we're only a couple weeks into actual games. So they're doing a phenomenal job. They got a good group. They got some nice talent that are upperclassmen and some nice talent that are freshmen, sophomores. So they're going to be building something for the future and going to be good for years to come.
Give me about a 30 to 45 second synopsis of where is the River Valley Conference headed? Because obviously speaking of transition, it seems like yearly a new school is added here, a new school is added there. So logistics of mileage start to play a role.
Yeah, they do. So Albernet is officially in the conference. That's for this fall, so we'll get to see a little taste of them here in a couple weeks in a big matchup. But next year, Lisbon has applied to be in our conference, and so that'll be up for the Board of Control, which is all the conference superintendents.
And team number 17, would they be?
That'd be 17. So right now, 9 in the north and 8 in the south is what it would be. So pending that vote, I think we'll be one of the biggest and arguably the best conference in Class 2A. So,
and what excites you about just being here, down here on this field, every time you get to come here on a Friday night?
Best natural grass field in Iowa, in my opinion, and I'm a little biased, but that's fine.
I think we can all agree. But we can all agree that 10 years, he's done a phenomenal job. He's had to deal with a lot of, you always hear adversity. Yeah. But you've dealt with a lot of adversity and change and transition, and I think you've done it in a very classy way. He even supports school, even the programs that aren't. You've got the revenue sports and non-revenue sports. This guy's always there.
Absolutely.
So one thing you're going to see is him at all the events, and we're happy for that. That's called support. And out of activities director, that's all you want.
I appreciate the kind words, and yeah, you bet. Go Bears.
We'll be back soon with the second half here on the Bearcast, WestBranch.Football.com.
We are back live on the Bearcast. There's going to be about 5 minutes left before kickoff. West Branch currently leads 35-7 over Camanche at halftime. I've got Coach Hirschman and Coach Randy Sexton are joining me here on the Bearcast, and they all are looking at the stats. We'll just give you a few here. Individual stats first. Passing, West Branch has 33 yards passing tonight. Reach Gingrich 1 for 1, 25 and a touchdown. Brennendale 2 for 5 for 8 yards. Rushing, that's the story. There it is. Keaton Gates, 11 carries, 190 yards. His brother Cooper, 4 carries, 62 yards. They each have a pair of touchdowns. Brennendale, 6 carries for 19. Nolan Staker is the person most advantageous from the receiving perspective. 1 catch, 25 yards, and a touchdown. He's had a touchdown reception in each of the last 2 games. As I said to Barney, and I'm sure he'll talk with Coach Tiley when he has a chance, the Bears, 304 yards of total offense, John, 271 of those on the ground.
Yeah, it's a good half. You take that for sure. I know Coach Tiley's going to want to work on some different things the second half. And, 35-7's not completely – we're not completely out of the woods yet, but every week you're still trying to get better for next week. So I know he's going to be experimenting a little bit and trying to do some other things.
One thing that does stand out is something the Bears need to shore up. Looking at the first half penalties, West Branch has 7 for 55 yards compared to just 1 penalty for the Storm. And the majority of those penalties were drive stoppers. Or there was one big penalty, which the Bears defense buckled down at the end of the first half, a 15-yard late hit here out of bounds to kind of give the Storm near midfield, but then it closed down. West Branch closed that down and ended up scoring about 3 plays later. As we're looking, 3 minutes was just put back on the clock. Barney, give me a signal whenever you're getting. I see Coach Tiley is standing right next to you. Let's send it down to you right now.
Yeah, guys, we got Coach Tiley here for a hot minute. Coach, a little north of 300 yards in that first half. What do you guys say about that effort?
We need to be better, I'll say that. I mean, we had some big plays, but we've also had some missed opportunities. And as we get that farther down the road, we got to be better at taking advantage of opportunities.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Keaton a little bit over 170 yards in the first half rushing. Kid's pretty special.
Dude, he's a beast. Keaton's a stud, and I'll keep giving it to him as long as he can handle it. He's going to keep carrying the football.
All right, Coach. Best luck second half.
As you heard there, sounds like he wants to stick with. When you're up 28, obviously you don't want to start throwing it all over. You want to kind of stay with what you don't. You dance with the one that brung you, John. 270 of the 300 yards, 90% of them have been on the ground. And Keaton Gates has been a workhorse. 11 carries, 190. His brother 4 for 62, averaging both over 15 yards.
Yeah, and just like Coach Tiley said, he's a beast. I mean, that kid's fast. He shows that speed on some plays, and he can run somebody over too. But then, to have his brother in front of him blocking, I mean, that's one of the toughest kids there is too. What a luxury to have him and Capper in front leading him. Those are some weapons. You don't have to throw it all over the place. You just keep doing what you do.
Bears here on throwback night. Here's speaking of throwback, let's kind of give you a small history of how this all works. West Branch is wearing a green WB sticker on the left side of its helmets for the most of the kids. And also on the back, a purple Polar Bears sticker. The green Fightin' Quakers were the early remnants of West Branch High School. They were the Fightin' Quakers. Very big Friends and Quaker settlement here. Very well supported by Herbert Hoover and the foundation and the Presidential Library as well. Well, that transitioned into the Polar Bears, I believe, in the 1920s. They became purple, the purple and white jerseys until World War II, when purple dye ran out because of the amount of Army fatigues that were being made for the men of the United States Armed Forces fighting overseas. So then they're like, well, I guess we're going to be red now, and we're just going to be the Bears. And that was in the late 1940s. Also in the late 1940s, it went from Oliphant Street, rededicated in 1949 to Little Rose Bowl. And about 6 years ago, now Butch Peterson Field. So there's your little throwback history as we tick down here about 5 seconds before they set the clock. The Bears got the opening kickoff, so they'll be kicking off Looks like with the wind at their back, right to left on my dial, from the south to the north. The wind feels like it's picking up as I put my head out the window. Luckily, no rain. The rain has kind of stayed away. Nice West Branch crowd here. Camanche being an hour and a half away, I tell you what, they traveled fairly well, probably 80 to 100 people. It's a long trip. They're at the community right there on the Mississippi River, within 10 minutes of Clinton. Used to be the home of Flava Flav's Chicken Shack. I know, you wanted to hear that. Ginners tees it up from the left hash. Clock is set. The whistle's going to blow, and we're going to go back to live action. Matt, yee.
Hirsch, I got to be honest, I did not have Flava Flav Chicken Shack on my bingo card.
Well, I missed that. I was over talking to Coach Ronnie Hughes, and believe it or not, myself or Ronnie, neither one recognized Flava Flav Chicken Shack.
Well, it wasn't open for very long, and we won't talk about if it was serving chicken or not. Ginrich's high kick, they are just going to let that go. It flies into the end zone. Touchback. He's doing his best to get near the Class 2A leaders in touchbacks just tonight. I think that's 7.
We'll score a few touchdowns this half, and he'll get a few more.
Let's hope so. That Bear defense kind of get it going here. Bears are up 35-7. If hypothetically they get to a 35-point lead or more, the clock will continuously run unless there's an official's timeout of any sort. But no cart before the horse, or horse before the cart, rather. Drop back to pass, looking across, low throw, sidearm it. Tell you what, perfectly thrown pass, low and away. Receiver number 2 is Goldensoft, catches the Sager pass, completion of about 7 yards. When he has time in a lane, man, he gets it there quick.
Well, and we're in a cover 3, and that's a cover 3 beater. That's
right.
Not surprising. They come out of halftime throwing a curl flat. That's exactly what you want to run against a cover 3.
So you got trips left, single wing left. Usually get that underneath route, and there he goes out. Gets right to that guy out. Good job there by Trepanier holding the edge. The receiver catches it from the slot. That is Graves. Cuts it inside across the 30. Looks to be good for a Storm first down. Gain of 4 at the 31.
That's a really solid play design with trips out there and then bringing the tailback out of the backfield. Having the 4th guy to cover out there is not an easy task for the Bears.
Now, John, if that ball is caught behind the line of scrimmage, the guys on the outside are legal to block in advance, or am I wrong?
Exactly, as long as it's caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Correct. Okay. Man of motion there. No, looking underneath, little underneath rocket screen. Goes inside. The tunnel closed by Capper. They're going to give him a 1-yard completion to Goldensoft. Good job by the Bear linebackers in pursuit. Trepanier holding it on inside. He had to cut in, and Capper was there waiting with open arms. Nice tackle.
I wouldn't like my odds trying to block Connor Capper with a receiver.
Yeah.
Anybody saw what happened right there.
Anybody with a neck roll like that he's a feared man. There's the stacked Twins. Movement early, nothing called. Throws it left to the back, out of the backfield. The quarterback takes a hit late. Bears are right there. Good job to limit him to just a 2-yard gain. Boy, howdy, did Mr. Neighbor get in there and pop.
That was Capper.
Capper
came
Sager
off our left side unblocked.
He was hitting behind Neighbor from my view. So
and that's one thing. Their offensive line, their pass protection scheme's kind of a man scheme. So if you can sneak somebody, like Capper there, he wasn't lined up on the line, he wasn't identified right away, and he came through scot-free.
Trips left, single set back on the left side of Sager. Bears 3-man rush, late rush by slings it out, got a man, high throw off his hands. Bears defense holds. At least it's going to be a 4th down attempt. Sager is running off the field. Will he come back on? No, looks like they're bringing in their punt formation. 4th and 7 at their own 39. To be quite honest, not really surprised given that they had all that time, John, at the end of the first half with 3 timeouts and just decided they were fine getting it to halftime.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Well, this punter has done a good job of flipping field. Brandon is at the 30, about 45 yards deep. They're punting into the win. The Bears look like they're bringing the rush. Coming up the middle, gets it off the side of his foot. May have been tipped. Get away from it, West Branch. Not a very good punt. It's bouncing, but not enough to say much. The Bears are going to have a great field position at their own 47, a 14-yard punt. Bears are 53 yards away from the end zone. 9:33 remains on the clock. So just over 2 minutes on that drive was taken off the clock by the Storm.
You know, you could hear it when Barney interviewed Coach Ty Lee, and then I talked to Ronnie Hughes too. You know, 300 and some yards rushing in the first half is great, but both were a little disappointed that we left some plays not blocked perfectly. So we'll see how they respond here.
Inverted wishbone. Handoff straight ahead is to Keaton. Bounces off a tackler, gets to the outside. Individual effort gets him 2 yards. Nice job by the pursuit back. The safety in the corner holding the edge by the Storm. That should have been about a loss of 2, but Keaton is the first tackler. Will rarely bring that kid down. I guess they're going to give him a gain of 1. That was all individual effort. But again, good job by the left cornerback of the Storm. That's Ethan Edens, and helped out by Graves off the left side. So the Bears 2nd and 9. There they go. Wing to either side. Keaton Gates straight back 6 yards off the line of scrimmage. Single set out here to the Bear side is Peterson. Looks to pass. Ball's tipped. Falls incomplete. He had his man on the curl. Was looking for Seidel. Actually had a nice curl route. Just couldn't get it over the outstretched arms of 6'3" Easton Steffes.
Barney, I feel like in that kind of formation where the receivers are soloed up on the outside and you're on one hash, if you'd widen Brandon out and put him in space, a slant right there,
yeah,
it's really tough to cover.
I was looking at the same thing, too, right there, John. The free safety 0. I think he's only out about 7 yards. There's no way he's going to go over the top of the post.
No.
Well, maybe they heard you here. Trips left. Single set up onto the right. Bears 3rd and 9 from their own 48. Dale rolls to the West Branch sideline, looking left, got Capper, completed. Can he get forward? Depends on where the mark is. It's going to be really close.
Really good spot, the far side ref.
Taken out of bounds at the 42. I think that's going to be a West Branch 1st and 10, 11-yard completion. Nice pitch and catch there. Capper on the reception. I tell you one thing about Dale, you've watched over 3 years here, John. You saw him as an offensive coordinator, now from up top here. He throws the ball pretty well on the run. Gets to the outside to the sideline specifically. It's usually on the money or nobody else is going to get it but a Bear.
He does. He's an athletic kid, and I felt like as a sophomore, too, if you ran him early, let him get hit a couple times, he started.
Pitch and go, looking deep for Peterson. Off his hands. That was going to be 6 points. Instead, it's an incompletion. That was a very good throw on the money there by Dale. Design hitch and go.
Yeah, good design. Coach Tiley ran that hitch a couple plays ago, threw it under him, then we run hitch and go. We had it.
Yeah, most definitely did. I think that Brandon and I were the only 2 that had a chance to catch that ball.
Why didn't you get it off the tip and put it back in, Coach Sexton? 2nd and 10 for the Bears at the Camanche 42. Twins left, right. Keaton Gage single set up straight behind. The handoff is to him right up the middle. Bounces off one guy going forward. Tackle from behind. Give him 4 yards across the 40 to 38.
Now we spread them out like that. We've got 5 linemen. That's a 4-2 box. So we got 5 guys against 6. I bet we come back to this, but if you look at that last play, if Brendan keeps that ball and pulls it, there's nobody
there.
left.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that give, we're trying to block 6 guys with 5.
You know, too.
And they are coming right back to it.
Like you're saying, John, you know, Coach Tiley can kind of control the defense, too, with this formation. He kind of knows what they're going to probably be in most of the time.
Maybe rolling right here. We'll see. It is no, kind of set up. Got a slant wide open off the hands of Maddox Rushton. That would have been a first down.
Yep.
But it is not. It's, as it stands, it's 4th down and 6 for the Bears at the 38. Let's see if Torrey Staker can get it done. Last year, he had a lot of coffin corner punts with the wind here. 2-time all-district punter. Rolls right. He's got space. Nice little end over end. Good sprinting punt. End over end. West Branch roll. He does it. That thing is going to roll dead inside the 5 at the 4. Almost could have ran that.
He's good at that, though. I mean, he's not looking to run. He's looking to get his guys down the field to make the play. He'll take as much time as he can before he punts that.
That's one.
But back to that drive, I know Coach Tiley's disappointed there probably, but he had a couple good calls. I mean, we just had a couple balls that were dropped. We found some things. There's some things he can come back to. It's disappointing in the moment. I've been there. I know Barney's been there, but you sit back and you realize, he called a couple good plays. It just sometimes works out that way. He needs to come back to him.
Twins to the short side, single set over here to the West Branch side. Going to get the snap in his end zone. Man in motion, probably going to go underneath there. Quick pitch out to the right. Nobody's there to begin with. He's got a hole, jumps forward. The Bears take him down. They're going to give him about 5 yards. Actually 4 out to the 8. There was a big hole. It closed late, but first contact was not till after the line of scrimmage.
A little dose of our own medicine,
Exactly.
Lead toss right off the edge, kind of what we've been running at them.
2nd and 6 at the 8. Little single receiver right, left. And straight up the middle, bounces left. This time he bounces right into a would-be tackler. I think they're going to give him about a yard. Good job there by the West Branch interior lineman. Neighbor and Mike comes up hobbling a little bit. Mike Montgomery. And the Bears see it on the sideline, and Jericho Hobbs getting in there to muck things up in the middle in his stead. So the Bears are going to go 4 across front here, John.
Big Mike's got his shin wrapped. I don't know if he's got some shin splints he's fighting. Those are painful, but.
There's the snap, looking left, got a man on the outside, or inside. There's that underneath route. Sits down and then bounces left to the outside. It gets a lot of yardage across the 25 to the 26. The man that catches the football is down. Let's hope that young man is okay, that it's just a cramp, but we're going to find out. He's holding his right ankle.
And Big Mike on our sideline, it looks like it's a cramp.
Okay.
Pretty warm night.
It's a warm night.
He's playing both ways.
Good pitch and catch there for 17 yards. While they tend to the injured man on the field, let's take a short break. It's West Branch Football, Bear Football on WestBranch.Football.com. Actually, you know what? Let's not take a break. He's up on his own power, going to the sideline. Matt Shenander was all over it, ready to push that break button for us, but I know, yeah. Luckily, I've not messed it up yet tonight. 4th quarter's yet to come. That young man looks like he's just limping off. May have been a cramp, but he was holding his right ankle to begin with. 6:20 and counting in the 3rd period. West Branch 35-7. Camanche 1st and 10 from the Bear, from their own 26. There's Twins left, single man right, wing left. They like these underneath routes here, or a quick pitch out to the right. Little inside back handoff to that man, and no going. Lincoln Neighbor. It's like he knew the play was coming, and 1 yard loss. Good job by the Bears there. I guess they're going to give him the line of scrimmage. That's the first time we've seen that look, John, that the Storm went back the other way after that motion, or with that jet one way or the other.
Yeah, I think they ran it one time in the first half. It worked about the same that time.
Twins left, Twins right, single back. Graves on the right side. They've been throwing underneath him. He's staying back as a blocker. Rolls out, got a man underneath. Great throw. Gets hit hard as McDaniel, but not before he gets 14-yard completion and a Storm 1st and 10 at at their own 40. When this kid has any sort of space, rolls out right there to try to give him more time. That's what you do. That kid sat down in that soft cushion, right on the money. Run up the left side. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage, but falls forward.
Again, they're trying to block Connor Capper with a receiver. It does not work well.
But he does get 4 yards. We'll say that's their quarterback just went over the 100-yard mark passing for the game. Had 433 last week, so a little different for him as we see 430 remains on the 3rd. 2nd and 6 from their own 44 for the Storm. Low snap, drop back to pass, got a man across the middle, wide open. Oh my goodness, he drops it. I think he heard some footsteps there. Rushton and Keaton were right on the spot, but boy, if he catches that, John, and makes one quick step to the left, he might have been off to the races.
I think, yeah. But Maddox had him dialed in. He heard footsteps on that one.
No doubt. No question. 3rd and 6 for the Storm. It's still at the 44. 8:48 p.m. Man, long halftime tonight. Twins left, Twins right. Single set straight back. He's got time. Little pump and go. Throws it. The Bears say no way. Double covered. Good job there by Graves. And Seidel has done a really good job at coverage tonight. Was been hip for hip all night long with his man, this time with McDaniel. I think the Storm probably, John, are in a gotta-go time here.
It should be, but, yeah, we saw what they did at the end of the first half, too.
Quarterback's on the sidelines with his
Well, he
helmet
is.
off,
I see
believe.
it now. He's at the 25,
Yeah.
so they're in punt formation from the 44. Let's see if Brandon can catch one and can get some open space, and the Bears keep their hands in here.
Always good to see a lineman punter.
Yeah, punts it low off the side of his
51.
foot. Great spot. Kicks it away from Brandon, and it's getting a Camanche bounce down to the West Branch 12. Wasn't pretty, but it's 44 yards in total. Puts the Bears with their back to the goal line at their own 12, 1st and 10. The Bears have yet to put together a really long drive, Coach Hirschman. They've been around the 35 and the 40 and the 45 for all their touchdown drives.
There have been a lot of big plays or drives that stalled out.
They are 88 yards here. Let's see what they can do when they get it up to 88, Mr. Chenander. 1.2. They're going to see some serious stuff. 1.21 gigawatts. Okay, that's enough. Twins right. Single set, Brandon Peterson left. Keaton Gates on his own to the right hip. Quick toss out to the right. Gets it inside. Now he bounces it outside across the 25. Nice block on the outside. And they are going to call yet another penalty. I thought that was clean, but another first down is taken away. The Bears are just penalty-ridden tonight. Holding or on West Branch. That negates a 12-yard gain. That ball is going to get spotted back probably half the distance. Going to go to about they're going to go to the 14 or the 8. Where are we going? They moved it up, moved it back. Walking inside the 10, 7, 6 yard line. Oh my goodness. 1st and 15 now from their own 6. Great play. You go back to it, John.
Yeah, I didn't see the hold. I was watching Cooper, who was the 3rd receiver in, made a great block to start that play.
Well, trips right. Same formation. Trips right. Brandon singled out to the left. Straight behind is Keaton Gates. Quick hit to the inside man. Cooper Gates, nice block in front of him there. Cuts forward to the 20. Still on his feet near the first down. Forward yards. The man on the referee on the outside is right at the yard to gain. Blows it dead. Do we have a first down or are we going to have a... Oh, I think he's saying 1st and 10, West Branch. There you go. 15-yard completion. Gets him out of Dutch and gets him a 1st and 10.
Yeah, a little bubble toss. Connor Capper took out 2 guys on the play. Put one guy on the ground, then went and got another one.
Tell you what, he has been something special tonight on defense and offense with his physicality.
It's the neck roll.
It is.
The magic of the neck roll.
The Capper neck roll is something special. Barney knows about it. Bears in that.
Here's where that slant look could look really good.
Exactly right. I'm sitting right down here with
but
a
it's
nice
hand
angle
off
on it.
straight up to Keaton.
Even
nothing.
widen him out just a little bit more.
Well, they tried to give it to Keaton off the left side. Camanche with about 13 guys in the box was there. 1 yard loss on the play. Who's down in the middle, or is he just tying his shoe? Okay. Neighbor was just tying his shoe. Had me tripped up there for a second. Big guys up front. Neighbor to Mike. To Kinzinger. To McCullough. To Moorhead. Wishbone formation. There's a rollout left. He's got all kinds of room to run, too. Throws it to Peterson, wide open. Caught at the 50. Forget
He's
it.
gone.
Good night, Irene. No flags. Hello, Enzo. Touchdown, Bears. 79 yards. Number 8 for 6. You guys wanted it. You wanted a little pass out of that boxed-in formation, the inverted or the wishbone. The Storm crashed on it. The Bears crashed their party for 79 yards.
Yeah. And we've got somebody hurt on our side. Nope, cramp again.
I think it might be Maddox Rushton.
Yeah, they're stretching. It's a cramp.
Yep. So all important extra point, 2 minutes left in the third quarter. If he were to make this, let's talk about that after he kicks it. Snap, high snap, gets down, and the kick is, it's good. Brings us 2:01 in the third quarter. West Branch 42, Camanche 7. So here's what happens when you're ahead 35 points or more at any time in the game after the first quarter. When one team is ahead by 35 points or more, the clock will run on the kickoff. It will continuously run right now as long as one team is ahead 35 or not, 35 to nothing, unless it's an official's timeout. Could be an injury, could be a penalty enforcement, could be the end of a quarter. If it's an official's timeout, it'll stop. Otherwise, don't worry about it, fans. You can't see the clock anyway, but it's going to be running. It could be a quick end of this quarter, only 2 minutes left. But John, that Brandon kind of made up. He had a drop early in the drive, earlier in the drive before. This time, passes there, he catches it, and you are not going to catch him. If he gets one step, well, he takes it, get him a dime, he's going to take $1.
Yeah, and that play was set up by that formation that we've run so much out of, and it was a play action fake with a bootleg. Suck all that defense into the middle, and then we get on the outside, and Brennan throws such a good ball when he's running. It's a good play design.
Gendrich kick. A little bit shorter this time, taken at the 1. Cuts up the field, but once he cuts up, he is introduced to a tackler with a single digit. That's number 2. You know who that tackler is? Is that Dylan Schenkel, sophomore quarterback in on special teams. He can also make tackles, and It's a good one. 16-yard lines to start.
Yeah, nice high kick like that. Caught it on the 1. That's even better than the touchback. We got him pinned back on the 16 now.
So the Storm from their own 16, clock running, 1:25. Man kind of splits out to the left, going to come back to it. Handing it to left side, bounces, and then Finn McCullough introduces himself. Nice job there by the defensive tackle. Doesn't let him get outside, and good job by Trepanier on the outside to bring it in. By Ginrich out there at right corner. Holding him to a 1-yard gain. Just under 1 minute remaining. Clock's going to be running. Bears up 42-7, so continuous clock. There's that kind of packed in Twins, man in motion, going to come underneath, looking for him. Got a man across the middle, but no, it is picked up by Ginrich. I think that's Ginrich. It is across the 20, the 15, 16. There's a flag on the play. Something tells me that might be one of those favorite calls of yours, the sideline warning. We're going to find out. If not, the Bears are knocking on the door inside the red zone.
Might have been a block in the back.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. There's actually one in the middle of the field as well.
There are 2. Okay.
You got Brennan, quarterback, playing safety, and all of a sudden he gets a chance to block. He never gets a chance to block, so he got a little excited.
Well, but the interception will hold. It is a holding call on West Branch.
Ironically enough, several times as a high school athlete, Mr. Hirschman was given that opportunity to block, and he usually just ran away from the contact.
Just put his hands up and said, I got nothing. Yeah.
That's right.
Just put your body in front of him. Yeah.
Got to be smart.
Yeah.
That's right. Let Zekula do the dirty work.
Yeah.
Okay. Even with the penalty, ball's probably going to be spotted at the 30, if I do it right, 34, John? Yep. Right on the 34. So that means West Branch 34 yards from knocking on the door, and they're letting this clock run. This is going to probably be the last play of the third quarter. With the clock running and 30 seconds remaining, there's 15 seconds left on the play clock. Late man coming in. Bears need to hustle. 10 seconds left. They are hurrying to the line. Need to hustle. 7-6-5. They are set. Man in motion, trap, right, snaps it on time. Dale looking right, rolling, got his man to the right, on the money to Staker, down to around the 21. There's a pitch and catch to end the third quarter. 13-yard completion, 42-7. We have played 3. The Bears up 35. We'll come back with you in about 1 minute, taking a break on the Bearcast. Coming back live here, West Branch leads after 3, 42-7. We got Coach Randy Sykes on the sideline, the football director of the junior high program. They had their first night out on the pitch, on the field this last Tuesday. I know the 8th grade was victorious 35-0. Kind of give us a little synopsis.
Yeah, it was quite a game. Our 7th grade, we have some kids that are just trying football for the first time. And, first half we kind of struggled. Second half they played much better. 8th grade, Monticello gave us a really close game last year, and we were able to come out on top 35-0. Just kind of got rolling after a pick 6, and then the offense kind of took over.
I see that offensive line, and, boy, they could start for a lot of JV and even varsity teams. They're big.
Yeah, they are. They got the right attitude, too.
That's good to hear. As we come out to begin the clock's running before a play runs. That's what I love to see. That's weird. Nobody's saying a word, though. Dale trips left. Drops back to pack. Look at Staker deep. He's got a step. Oh, is it caught? Is it caught? Incomplete. Ooh, Barney, you're right on it. What'd you think? It's close from here, but we're 50 yards away.
I think I had a better angle than the referee, and I gave him a touchdown.
Yeah, I like your call. Might have been bumped as well, but as it is, incomplete. Clock still running, though. 2nd and 10 from the 22-yard line.
Well, clock issues. We've got a second-generation Kabla helping with the clock tonight. Apparently, Steve Kabla needs a little help, so he's got his son Jake in there. I mean, we might blame young Kabla more than older Kabla.
Yeah. Well, folks want to get home. I guess it's just over 9 o'clock, so all that time at halftime is being made up right now. 2nd and 10. Capper in motion. Man's across the line of scrimmage, but Keaton Gates has got nothing in front. That's going to be 6. Express lane for number 32. 22 to the end zone on yards.
What makes that even better, I talked to Ronnie Hughes at halftime, and he was showing me that exact play in the first half where they messed up the blocking on it, and then they came back to it now, blocked it perfectly for a touchdown. That's got to make them feel good.
Barney, while you're right down there by Chad, by stat man extraordinaire Chad Schutte, check in with him on Keaton Gates. We'll come back to you. I know he's over about 230 or 240 for sure. Extra point down. Number 7 on the night is into the night and good. 10:40. This clock is stopped after a touchdown, so it's an official's timeout. But it'll restart and keep running after this kickoff. So 49-7. After last week, 28-16, the Bears got a little good medicine going tonight. So I'm going to check in with Coach Sexton on the sideline. I know Keaton Gates he's got 3 touchdowns. It's got to be near 250 on the night.
Actually, the stat crew has him 15 carries, 216 yards, 216,
okay.
3 touchdowns.
That's 2 200-yard performances on the night. I think the last time we saw that was the 2022 season with Andy Henson. 216 on the season. 216 on the night puts him at 586 yards for this season through 3 games. West Branch's leading rusher last year had 494. Coach Hirschman's watching the replay back here. Trying the John Madden. It's John Hirschman.
Yeah, like I was saying, Ronnie Hughes was showing me that play from the first half that wasn't blocked well, but that time it was, I believe it was Big Mike and Lincoln, and holy smokes did they ever blow up that left side of the line.
Low kick takes a West Branch big hop into the out of the end zone. That is touchback number 8, I believe, for Gingrich tonight. 7.
On that touchdown run, they drove that defensive tackle and defensive end all the way down to our center, and then left our two backs to lead up the hole and kick out, and it's perfectly blocked.
And you watch it back here. The backside defensive end, if he would have clashed in, may have been there, but he thought the quarterback had the football, went right for him, but by the time he did that, Keaton Gates was already down at Main Street Suites having an ice cream cone after a touchdown. So here come the Storm, 10 minutes and counting. The clock is running.
Several new Bears out here on the defensive side of the ball right now.
We'll get you a catch up here in just a second. Looking, clutches it. Complete pass out to the left side. Complete. There's that man, Schenkel, again on the tackle. 2 really nice open field plays by the young sophomore. Let's get you a little rundown here. You got Seidel is coming out now. Eric Marsh taking his place at corner. Logan Christoffel in there at linebacker. Safety now is is that Wesley back there? No, it's Staker still. Drop back to pass. Got a man wide open across the middle. Slant, got it. Complete out to the 45. Nice tackle by Gingrich, not after a 22-yard completion.
It's actually Brooks Seidel.
Brooks Seidel, 88. Okay. He's 18. My fault.
Motley Johnson's in at the mic. Looks
Motley.
like Seth
54.
Hosier's in there, the linebacker.
50, Seth Hosier. Kinzinger's in at a tackle, defensive tackle.
Jonah Halter in at tackle.
The Fish Barn man, Jonah Halter, freshman, getting some action. Jericho, Hobbs, he's in there. Drops back to pass again. Nobody open to begin with. There's a man. It is picked off. Running open. Mr. Hosier down to the 21. Seth Hosier running, tried to get to the porch on his old house in the south end zone. Good to see that young man getting some time and getting some action and getting an interception. Bears knocking on the door at about the 22.
Man, you love to see something like that, huh?
Big fella rumbling. Gotta love it. Man. Well,
Good for that kid.
A lot of new faces going to be here on the offense, including quarterback Dylan Schenkel. Bears are got like 9 people on the field. There's Wesley Strong, number 10, coming in. I wanted him playing safety. Well, now he's playing receiver. The Bears right to left on offensive line is Recker,
How about I take
Tysinger,
this one for you?
Hosier. Help me out. You're closer.
We have Halter, Motley Johnston. Then we have Seth at center. I believe it's Garrett Tysinger.
But excuse me, that is DePorter. He has bounced off 3 guys. Gets down to out of bounds at about the 2.
Holy
Just when you think he was down and then spins and spins. He's a tough wrestler, though. Keeps it going. Let's watch that play back here. We'll get it live action.
Looked like another Keaton Gates out there just swimming through tacklers.
My goodness. Barney, keep us going while you got the mic hot.
Yeah, it looks like the other lineman is Jericho Hobbs.
Okay.
So Halter, Johnston, Hosier, Tysinger, and Hobbs across front.
Hetrick coming in at a receiver.
Some guy number 20 out there. Barney, who's that?
I'm not really sure. You guys have to check the program on that one.
Yeah.
Connor Sexton.
I think, you're probably feeding him breakfast tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Making his older brother proud. We're in that number.
That's right.
Here's DePorter, follows, blocks up the right side, hops up the middle. Gets down to about maybe the 1. Cuts the yardage in half to make it 2nd and goal. 8:45 and counting for the Bears. Sexton coming back in. Obviously going to go to him. Hetrick coming out. 6 minutes. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a light out on the north side. So you got to always look to that south. Always got that south scoreboard in your back pocket. 6:30 and counting. Bears with that. 2 fullbacks. DePorter straight behind. Schenkel to take the snap. Hands it off to DePorter up the middle. Hops forward. Did he get to the line? They're going to say no. Just short. Going to bring up 3rd down. Maybe get that center touchdown here. You never know. They're going to let some clock run out. Coach Tiley sends Eric March, 44, in now. Somebody's got to come out, and they do. Wesley Strong off. just under 6 minutes on the clock. 2 fullbacks up. Get it to DePorter again. Or Schenkel maybe just follow his men and right in there. One of the two is going to happen. 3rd and goal at the 1. Schenkel, hand to DePorter. This time, hello, end zone number 21. His first varsity touchdown. Gabe DePorter, 6 points for the Bears. You gotta love to see that. Guys getting some opportunities and make the most of it, Coach Hirschman.
Yes, and Logan Christoffel out there lead blocking for him. And I remember Logan scoring touchdowns as a freshman down against
Louisa
L&M.
Muscadine, yeah.
Yep, Logan fielded a punt, and Butch was trying to yell at the last minute, fair catch, and Logan doesn't hear it and catches it and takes it all the way to the house.
No, sir. I'm going to house it. Extra point attempt. I'm not sure who that is, number 15.
Teague Thomas on the kick.
Teague Thomas, the extra point. Not in our program up here, but he gets in the score column with the extra point. It's 56-7. Clock is stopped at 5:28 remaining. A lot of guys going to get some action tonight on the field. We'll start talking about who we might want Barney to talk to after the game besides Coach Hughes. Here in a couple minutes, we'll kind of have a little powwow and come up with some things. I mean, there's obvious choices, and there's guys that made those obvious choices possible, too. So it could be, we talked to Keaton in week 1, so I'm going to be honest with you. I'm thinking neck roll myself. He's done a lot of good things and may not have statistics on the board, but Coach Hirschman has called his name out, specifically defense and key blocks to open up the Gates boys and hold the edge for passes on for Mr. Dale to have extra time to throw it. So
yeah, doing a lot of the dirty work.
Plus Barney they can talk some family stuff. He knows a lot about his Uncle Vic, who I'm sure is listening in, and if he's not here, over in Kansas. Or is he on the Missouri side, Barney? I'm not sure.
That's a great question.
He's over there.
With Victor?
He's near Kansas City.
Yeah, that's right. Down there with old Lindog.
Gingrich kick. It is home run. Touchback. End zone. Camanche takes over at the 20-yard line. 5:28 remains in the ball game. The clock will be running on the snap. If West Branch were on offense, it would already be running. We've learned. There is a lot of wholesale changes. A lot of guys, their numbers are not in the program, and I apologize. I'm going to try to do the best we can, or Coach Sexton can do the best he can if we can get some names.
There's a wonderful website called
Yeah,
WestBranch.Football.
I know. Matt Chenander reminds me we can look at WestBranch.Football. I'll do better.
Well, Jericho Hobbs is out there. I can tell that.
It's passed. Through one man's hands of West Branch into the hands of a nice catch out to the 37. The Bear defender was right in position.
Couple new faces. We have Eric Marsh out here at the right corner. Ben Zier at the right outside backer. I think it is Colton Davidson maybe at the end, number 62.
That is correct.
And then it looks like Wesley Strong at the left corner now.
You don't want to throw at Wesley. He'll make you pay. He does it all the time in practice. New quarterback also for the Storm, number 11 in there is Bentley Goldensoff. Looks to be the younger brother of number 2, Carson Goldensoff, who was his intended target. I'm sure the older brother is going to be mad that wasn't thrown right to his hands.
64 is Garrett Tysinger, I believe.
Tysinger is in there.
I'm not sure who 52 is.
52 is Jonah Halter.
Jonah Halter,
Okay.
a freshman.
Carter Hetrick just checked back in as well.
Taking out Eric Marsh at that right corner spot is Hetrick. Got Motley in there, the linebacker. Hosier in there, the line. You got all kinds. Rolling right. Is it complete? No, it is incomplete, but the clock will still run. Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Storm at their own 37. 4 minutes and counting on the clock. So let's go ahead here. The clock might be moving pretty quickly before we get to it. After the game, we will certainly talk to, it's going to be a victorious coach, Matt Hughes. And I think, you guys agree, I think Connor Capper is a good player of the game tonight.
You go Capper, or you could go the whole offensive line
Which
with
is,
Capper and
yeah.
Cooper, the whole
the quarterback
the whole
is
seven
running
guys that blocked for him.
Yeah, the quarterback is running for his life and taken down. Is that Teitzinger on a huge loss? Huge. Back to about the 20. A loss of 17, 4th and 27. Nice job there by that young man who's going to see a lot of time as we get going over the next few years. I know the coaching staff has high hopes for that young man on the offensive line as well. So Brooks Seidel is going to be deep to receive for the Bears.
Punter is 15 yards deep. Oh, now he's tightening up a little bit.
Late man
Stat
coming
boy
in there.
Chad Schutte down on the sideline handed his
Oh, high
iPad off to
snap.
somebody.
Nice catch. One-handed grab by the punter, and he gets it off. Nice punt. Gets away from it and takes a wonderful Camanche bounce to the 28 of West Branch. This kid is a very bright spot for the Storm. 46 yards on that punt. He's had 3 or 4 of them over 40. Flipped the field a lot.
And you talk about people that do a lot for the program. We already talked about Matt and all this that he sets
Yeah.
up. But Chad Schutte, he's in year 12 of keeping stats. Going to every varsity game, every fresh soft game. He's trying to teach some other guys how to use the iPad and maybe take over sometime down the road. But it's a lot
Not
of
only that, he's a
dedication
heck
doing
of a
that.
neighbor, huh?
He is a good neighbor. Barney and I can attest.
So the Bears are in the wishbone formation with 2 minutes to go. Not quite the greatest formation of football, but it might be doing that right here. The clock will run, should get them down to where they need to be. No, it's going to be a straight-up handoff. DePorter head right, cuts left, gets a little bit of a gain. We'll call it 3. The crowd is pumped up. 63 is going in there. Let me get a name for you. I'm going to pull up the fresh soft line. 63. We don't have a 63.
It's a new addition, Stone Wildman.
Stone Wildman coming in there. Okay. 1:20 on the game clock. There is nothing on the play clock. I guess we're just disbanding it. There's a handoff there to the right side. That's DePorter again. Gets maybe the line of scrimmage before he's driven back. There's the play clock. Russ Omar's watching. He's not going to let it go too early. There it goes. This should serve as the final play of the game. 57 on the play clock, 30 on the game. 57 on the game, 30 on the play. My math should tell you if they can get this below 40, take a snap, call it a game. It's 56-7 is going to prove more than likely to be your final score. 3rd and 7. There's a flag on the play.
Oh, come on.
Let the clock run, though. Oh, they're stopping it, of course.
Now we don't have to take another stab. Oh, there he goes.
The stop in the clock. There's going to be a lot of illegal shift on West Branch, or I don't know what he called. That's not something I'm used to seeing. But all I know is West Branch is at fault. 24 seconds. This is going to be the final play when they snap it. No, I guess they're going to let it run. So that is the final play. It's going to serve the final score is going to be West Branch 56, Camanche 7. You're going to hear from Coach Matt Hughes. Coach Sexton and Matt will be down, and Matt Chenander will be down there with him in a few minutes. And I think we decided on Connor Capper as our Bear player of the game tonight. I tell you what, that guy, for lack of a better way to say it, does a lot of dirty work. You don't see it in the stat sheet, but he makes a lot of great blocks, leading guys like Keaton Gates to 216 yards rushing and a lot of tackles on the defensive side of the football. Coach Hirschman, what are just 56-7? I didn't see this. I don't think I saw this, but we'll take it. We will take it and run on from it.
Yeah, I mean, we're a physical team, and that's what we wanted to establish in this game. And I think what sums it up is that play I talked about earlier, the last touchdown that Keaton scored. And that was a play that we were not satisfied with in the first half. We fixed it, blocked it perfectly, and scored a touchdown. I mean, that's exactly what you want. When you make an adjustment at halftime, the kids listen and take care of business.
56 points, the most the Bears have scored, I believe, since week 6 of 2023. I'll check that out here in just a second. But after Coach Hughes is going to talk to his team, then we'll talk to him and Connor Capper. If you didn't get a chance, Matt, this will be posted. The Bearcast will be posted after the game, or specifically in the morning for sure. Don't listen back to John and my call. Go to halftime. Listen to a great interview with West Branch Activities Director Jake Stenberg, as I see him walking right in front of me in the stands. This is year number 10 for Mr. Stenberg. Might be the longest tenured since maybe Butch, or maybe even Lori Anderson. It's been a long time since we've had an activities director stay in West Branch for that long, and that's great. Just the consistency that the kids see in the program see from Jake.
A lot of people around the program. Here comes Andy Core and the Chain Gang.
Oh, yeah, and they've been together a long time.
Yeah, they have, yep. Do that every home game. For their payment is a hat and a handshake and a thank you.
Indeed,
Good to have
it is.
people like that.
Programs don't run on just the effort on the field. There's so much behind off the field that go into it. You know what, John? The 56 points by West Branch is the most points they've scored. You mentioned a game early on tonight, 54 against Wilton in 2022. And since the most points more than that was 86-0 against, you mentioned Louisa Muscatine earlier tonight. So the Bears are doing some good things here, getting some confidence going into district play next week against Monticello. By the way, the West Branch and Monticello have not played since 1947. That's 78 years ago.
Yeah.
My dad wasn't not born.
It'll be interesting to see Monticello on film. It seems like they're either a juggernaut and have kids like that Preston Reese that's at Iowa
Who
now,
makes every play almost on special teams for Iowa.
Or there's years where they're just not very good up there for some reason. But I haven't seen any film. I don't even know what the record is. So it'll be interesting to see them on film.
Barney, before you guys talk to him, some quick stats. He helped lead West Branch tonight, had 468 yards of total offense, 322 on the ground. Not just the linemen doing it, but guys like number 36, Connor Capper. You've got him now.
Connor, hey, they're just telling me in the booth today we rushed for a little over 350, total yards over 460. What do you guys say about that effort of your boys?
I'm just got to say I'm proud of the line and, the backs too, like me, Cooper, Oliver, Keaton. All the line up front, we're just doing our job. And there's obviously stuff we can still work on, but, we're just doing what we do, West Branch.
After last week's game, of course, it's a little disappointing to go to Regina and not get one, but needed a big effort tonight, and I think that's kind of what the Bears showed, right?
Yeah, exactly. We focused on effort and tackling in practice this week, and that's exactly what we did tonight.
On the defense side of the ball, there are several times Coach Hirschman in the booth was saying, oh, there's Capper again. They're trying to block him with a wide receiver. You wreaked a lot of havoc tonight. Heck of a game. What's the goals going forward here?
Thank you. Just want to say the goals going forward is, obviously we want to make the playoffs and go to the Dome, but, we got to go step by step, game by game, and we got to set the standard for ourselves. We got to do the little things right and everything else.
All right, buddy. Great game. I'll tell Uncle Vic good work.
Thank you.
That's Connor Capper. You aren't going to see his name in the stats, but you watch the film back, you're going to see him in a lot of blocks, a lot of tackles on defense. Here in a few minutes, we're going to try to get a hold of head coach Matt Hughes. Gets his second win on the season, 2-1 after 3 weeks as the Bears they're now 0-0, Coach Hirschman, as we head into district play, as we mentioned, against Monticello here. Homecoming next week at the Little Rose Bowl.
Yeah, we've gotten through 3 non-district games healthy. That's always important. Been challenged once. Twice, really. West Liberty game was pretty close. It's kind of what you want in 3 games. You want to be challenged, and you want to have a game like this where you kind of take care of business.
That was one of those. West Branch used to do these kind of things a lot. 56-7. Love it a lot. Every single kid that dressed tonight got to play. Every single one of them. A kid that will never see these bright lights on a Friday night for at least a year or two, a freshman. Tonight he got to see him. That's huge. Just makes you happy. You look forward to coming to practice every week. Barney's down there standing next to Bill Maxwell, helping the Bears out, strength and conditioning guy. He's 27 years with the Iowa basketball and Olympic sports programs. You just don't, and then he wants to just give his time. John's talked about guys behind the scene. He's not being paid. He's volunteering his extra time to come and work with these kids after working with high-level Division I NFL athletes for 25 and Olympic athletes for 25 plus years.
Yep, that's pretty neat. And I just assumed that Matt Hughes knew him from his Iowa days, but it turns out that he didn't. That
it was an absolute surprise.
I think it was Matt's wife that just had a random kind of a run-in with him, and turns out the guy was looking for something to do and knew about West Branch and was willing to come help. It's pretty awesome.
By the way, Coach Sexton, when you have a chance, when we get to Coach Hughes, tonight the Bears threw for 146 yards. Brandon Dale was 6 of 13 for 121. And, of course, Reese Gingrich, that developing that backup quarterback, 1 for 25. And I know Coach Hughes talked about we need to start opening things, that we need to be able to be a dual team, as Coach Peterson used to say. You can't just do it, or teams are going to key on you like they started to do tonight, John. After about 2 or 3 drives, they put 8-9 guys in the box, and, you could have the best running backs in the world. It's going to be pretty tough to block all those guys.
Yeah. And we've got those weapons. I mean, that's the good thing. I mean, we've shown that we can run, but we've got weapons on the outside when it comes time that we need them.
Well, Barney looks like he's got his arm around, and his mic is on to talk to West Branch victorious coach Matt Hughes.
Yeah, hey guys, you talk about an honor. See, way back in the day when I was a really young teacher, this gentleman right here was a student teacher in the 3rd grade with me. So knowing this guy for a lot of years, when he first took the job, it was like a huge thing for me to know that the program is back in good hands. Matt, today, offense goes over 100 yards passing, over 300 yards rushing. We're just talking, our kicker has all but one go in the end zone. An offense where the kid threw for 400 yards last week, Holton's 175. A lot of stuff there. What do you got to say about your team?
They responded. I challenged them last week after Regina. I said they're a great football team. I said they're a good football team, and we talked about how we can be great. And they responded. We talked about giving effort on every play, and we talked about improving tackling. And I think tonight they came out and they focused on it, and they did a great job. And top to bottom, offensive line, backs, defense. I mean, against that offense, I mean, I'm just so proud. I mean, Reese Gingrich, I tell you, I give him the game ball because he just did such a good – having a weapon like that who can kick the ball out of the end zone every time is special. And he got an interception.
Interception and a touchdown pass.
Yeah. I forgot about the touchdown pass. The officials got mad at me because they asked me before the game if there was any trick plays. I said, no, I don't have any trick plays. And then we run that right in the first quarter. Then they come and they said, I thought you said not any trick plays. I'm like, well, I didn't think we were going to run it.
Yeah, that's one of those plays that Coach Talley just puts in the holster for later, right?
Yeah.
Barney, tell him Reese is going to expect a ball cap on the sideline as the backup quarterback now.
So Coach Hirschman just said that Reese probably is going to be expecting a ball cap as the backup, quarterback now. Also with all those other things, after Regina, the kids kind of had a tough choice to make which way they're going to go. It's great as a longtime Bear to see them bounce back in this way, and then on top of it, to see so many of these young guys have an opportunity to go out there and make a difference on the field.
Yeah, that's really what it's all about. It's about building a program that kids are excited to be here and to get on the field and Butch Peterson Field and to come out in the Friday night lights and have a chance to have that many kids play after – we got our teeth kicked in a little bit last week. To see our kids respond like that tells me a lot about them, and I'm super excited for them. I'm happy for them. I'm proud of them. I don't know what else I could say other than I'm excited to get to work again with them this week and welcome Monticello next week.
All right.
Hey, Barney.
Yeah, just
one more thing for him is he said he's excited to get to work, and you talked about you used to work with him in the school. The fact that he came back to the school when one of his pupils in that class, defensive coordinator Tyler Bailey.
Oh, so what he's saying is, having been a student teacher, that your former student is now one of your coaches, correct?
That's correct. Tyler Bailey, yeah, he was in my 3rd grade class, and that only makes me feel old. And I guess whoever said that up there was just trying to make me feel old. You did a good job.
Well, you do realize, Matt, that we were both, 19 and 20 at the
yeah,
time, so
yeah,
it's just one of those deals. Hey,
I mean,
buddy,
we were probably still in high school.
Congratulations, great job. Proud of you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Sexton, Kate, Matt Shenander, and Coach John. Let's wrap it up here. Bears, again, 460 yards of total offense. More importantly, no injuries that we know of, and a 56-7 victory heading into district play next week against Monticello.
Yeah, they'll watch this film, turn the page quickly over to Monticello, and be ready to go for district play.
Thank you, John Hirschman, for joining us. Next week, he's going fishing. He would be on the call with us, but he's going to go fishing with his wife in Minnesota. Probably far more exciting than being on the Bearcast. And so, tell you what, it's going to be homecoming. So why not bring back voices of the Bears? Wayne Lang and Sideline Jerry are going to join me next week here on the Bearcast. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Matt Shenander. As always, the technical director of the world for putting the Bearcast together. Brad, by the way, Brad Kinzinger, thanks for checking in with us. Get better, get well soon. Heard you had surgery this week, you get well soon. For John Hirschman, for Jason Miller, and the rest of the Bearcast team, congratulations, West Branch. 56-7's the final from the Little Rose Bowl. Go Bears.